All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back, and today, continuing the Armored Core 100% grind. We're 5 games in now, as in complete. We've completely done Gen 1 and 2, and today, we start Gen 3, which I think is where things might pick up a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. Granted, none of these games are all that intensive to 100%, like on their own. But I think that Gen 3 has a little more going on, especially when it comes to like post-game stuff. But we'll just see when I get there. Anyway, hello James. Let me start it up. Get transitioned over. I'll probably turn my controller on. That would be a good idea too, huh? There we go. Anyway. Also, I did not properly take it for a test run in the emulator. So there might be like a couple little things. I'm already seeing one little thing. I'm seeing a little flicker along the bottom, but it's fine. Definitely fine. If it's the same thing that I was getting in, what's it called? In the Gen 2 games, it's probably just the widescreen patch that's causing that little flicker. I forgot that the music in these games were great, in the Gen 3 games. Becoming a lion. Thankfully, the Beardathon does not have much time left. Is it a little quiet? It could just be for me. It could also just be that the intro is quiet. It's a solid intro. I'm not sure if I like it more than AC2's or Another Ages. Maybe I do. Yeah, thankfully I get to shave the beard soon. I don't have to put up with this shit for much longer. It's started to get uncomfortably long. I mean, it's been uncomfortably long. But obviously the more that I think about it, the more that I'm ready to get rid of it. Just the more that I let it, what's it called? Sorry, I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. The more that I let it bother me, the more that I want it gone. The volume level's at 127? Okay. Everything there seems right. I'm assuming hard mode in Gen 3 is the same as in Gen 2. Where, oh, shit. It literally just makes your targeting smaller. And that's the only change that it brings. I could be wrong.
One entity ruled the world. It was simply called the Controller. the controller handled the major decisions of everyone's life. People took it for granted that the controller would handle every aspect of their lives for them. Under the rule of the controller, people lived safe yet uninspired lives of a promised prosperity. As time went on, several powerful factors known as corporations came on the scene. In their separate struggles to gain absolute power, the corporations waged war upon each other.
It's wobbling.
The controller even manipulated the corporation's war.
God damn it, it's
All
wobbling.
was going according to the plans of the controller, but somehow the forces of chaos began to rise.
How can I get 4 to not freeze while playing it? Honestly, it could be a lot of things with 4th gen. I would just try to find, or actually I would go to the Armored Core Discord for any like emulation questions with these games.
I'll go over the mission
because emulation is so finicky. It'll be different depending on like what components you have in your PC.
The targets are battle MTs.
So far, other than the wobble at the beginning,
and you'll be registered as a Raven.
It looks like I did everything right. And by everything right, I mean
this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I pulled over my silent line settings because that was the first one that I played on the new PC since I built it in the middle of the review series. So I had those settings to just like pull from, and I figured, you know, since that's just an expansion, it should work. And so far, so good. Oh, that beeping is just boundaries and stuff. But also, hello, Gustavo. Is there no art section? In the Discord? We don't have like a specific art channel, but generally people throw that in the promote channel. Might be my GPU. It could be. If you have an older GPU. Especially with like PS3.
They're sending in backup.
PS3 emulation can be pretty intensive, and
this isn't part of the scheduled test.
The 4th and 5th gen AC games do not have a reputation for being easy to emulate either. Quite the opposite, in fact. They're known to be kind of a bitch to get working on emulator. So it could be a GPU thing. Oh, they got the big ones out. No, I want the one up top. There we go. I'm going to need a new generator. I almost said general. A generator. For that, I just put their handle. In the promote section, you can drop the link. That's fine. Okay. My good friend Apple Boy just decided to start tanking shots for him all of a sudden. How tanky are these bitches? We might be in just use the laser blade territory. But I already shot so much by the time I came to that conclusion. Need a new generator. This thing is terrible. Just immediately I'm like, oh my god, this generator?
Welcome to the ranks of an elite few. Ravens.
Thank you.
Objective achieved.
Gen 3 feels nice. I forgot that, like, even though it looks so similar to 2 outside of, like, art style, like, the art style definitely shifted between them, but the graphics on a technical level look pretty similar. The game feels so much tighter, so much more, like, responsive to play. Oh god, I still have to read. Okay. Good day, Raven. Let me take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Lane Myers, and I'll be acting as your Global Cortex Liaison Representative. As I'm sure you are aware, Global Cortex is in the business of dispute resolution. The firm makes its money by hiring out ravens such as yourself to clients in need of our special brand of mediation. In our role as intermediary, we arrange mission assignments, offer a selection of mission escort units, and provide access to AC repair and shop facilities. You have our full backing. All we ask is that you perform your best. The mission assignments you choose to accept and how they are carried out is up to you. Global Cortex will not interfere with regard to these decisions. Please note, though, that if trouble should occur during a mission, Global Cortex will not intervene on your behalf. Again, let me welcome you aboard. I look forward to working with you. Thank you. This mission is to notify Citizen 0824 FK3203 of their authentication as a Raven, which includes the right to operate ACs in support of activities registered through Global Cortex. Keep in mind that your actions while holding this position must at all times adhere to the laws set in place for maintaining order throughout Layered. Reports of any questionable activities will result in your immediate dismissal and the revoking of all rights and privileges associated with being a Raven. Good luck in your endeavors. Thank you. Oh boy. I have all this available to me. Oh, I forgot about the Raven rank. Okay, hold on. I have little menu artifacts. I remember that just being a thing when I played Gen 3. I was never able to get rid of the UI artifacts entirely. Where you'll, at least from my memory, where I noticed them the most. Oh, never mind. They seem better on this PC. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I just remember the shop, like this list had a ton of like visual artifacts in like the text when I first played it. But I guess this time around we're fine. I have 0 credits because of course I didn't get paid for the first mission, but let me just, take a look-see real quick. I don't know what, hold on. First, I have to look at my generator. I need the frame of reference. Okay, so I have an output of like 6,000 and a charge of like 28,000. So when I'm looking for a new generator, which will be very, very soon, as soon as possible, that one's a little better. That one is better output. That one has very much better output. That's way better for both, but it's heavy. That's also way better for both, but it's heavy, and it's more charge-oriented than output-oriented. Okay. Okay. Actually, the other thing to consider right away is what kind of legs am I gonna play in Gen 3? I could go bipedal again. I could go reverse join again. I have not played quads, tanks, or hovers yet as like an actual like mainstay of the build. I've played around with them as we've gone along, but I haven't like fully dedicated to one of them. I'm not sure. I don't think tank legs would be the play in Gen 3. Honestly, I think I am gonna do a tank build, but I might save it for Gen 5 in the 100%. I think I will play a generation with tank legs, but if there is a generation to play tank legs in, it is Gen 5. They are very, very strong there, like ridiculously strong. Whereas in most other gens, it kind of feels like you're handicapping yourself by using tank legs. I might just hold off. Yeah, hold on. I'll run a poll. Because I still need money, right? So... I'm gonna run a poll with the options I'm gonna leave, yeah, I'm gonna leave tank legs off the list. Maybe I'm gonna leave hovers off the list in a similar regard. I don't know. I don't know about hovers. I did use hovers in 3.5, specifically in Nexus, and they felt pretty good there. I might just kind of say, like, I'm gonna use hovers in 3.5 when I get to that. So I'm gonna leave them off this poll. I was gonna put them on, but I changed my mind. It's between biped, reverse joint, or quads. I'm a man of the people. I will look into everyone's input. And as my my algebra teacher in my freshman year of high school always liked to say, and I absolutely stole this phrase from him because it's a great one. Keep in mind that I am always 51% of the vote. He would do that. We would do votes for whatever, right? And he would always be like, keep in mind, if I don't like what you guys vote for, I'm 51% of the vote, so I can just veto it. He was an old guy. He retired after my freshman year. Like, he announced his retirement while I had him. I think he was like in his late 70s. And I'm not even exaggerating. He was an old, like, grumpy old man, and he would always just be like, I'm 51% of the vote. If I don't like what you guys choose, I will choose. And he did sometimes. We would vote in favor of something, and sometimes he'd just be like, no. No, actually, we're gonna do it this way anyway. Anyway, adieu. He has little experience, and it is painfully evident in every respect. His AC is poorly equipped and would stand almost no chance at the arena's higher levels. He's garnered a small fan base given his willingness to try, but harsh lessons await. Damn, man. They didn't have to do him that dirty. Oh. I need to paint my AC. I'm gonna need to choose a color, too. No love for the reverse joint? Damn. I wanted to open it and see all three. I guess I literally just did reverse joint for all of Gen 2, though. So it could also just be that instead of, you know, people don't like reverse joint. Shit. The rifle stun is throwing off my ability to B-hop. It keeps, like, stunning me mid, trying to start a chain of them. Why did this game just perfectly describe me? You know, he gives it his best shot. And some people appreciate that. Also, hello, Joshua. This is the thrilling arena combat that people pay to see. This right here, just two, like, stock ACs going in circles with, like, the basic rifles. Very slowly chipping away at each other. This, I'm sure this is what the people want. Oh yeah, they started, like, the sparking thing when the AP gets low. I forgot just how much Gen 3 really is. It's like Gen 2, like, we took Armored Core 2 specifically, not another age. We took AC2, and we just refined it. And that's AC3. And it's great for that, because AC2 was already pretty damn good. A lot of people saying biped for Gen 3. I'm not gonna complain. Biped is kind of always the easiest to play with, so I'm not opposed. Congratulations on your first victory. We hope you'll continue to advance through the ranks. Thank you. Each time you hit a certain rank, we will present you with an AC part reward. The reward this time is a back part, model number CWM S6010. Okay. Welcome to the arena. That's a quote from something, isn't it? They just gave me a better missile launcher? Yeah. They just gave me a better missile. Okay. I won't complain. Now what I have to think of is what color scheme am I going for? I'll probably do the thing again where like after today's stream, like between now and the next time, I'll probably go in and like do a custom paint job like I did in Gen 1. With Gen 2, I never ended up doing that because like the default paint jobs just kind of look good in Gen 2. But I'll try to keep doing that with each gen. But it's like, what general color do I want to go for? It looks like we're going for a biped build based on the votes. So far, I did kind of like what color would I generally say? I guess I would say that my Gen 1 setup was kind of like a dark gray, like a little darker than this one, but not quite like black. It was like a dark gray. And then for actual AC2, or sorry, no, for both games we did pink. That's why I didn't mess with it. I was like, why did I not mess with it exactly? It's because we were doing the pink build. So I've done like dark gray, I've done pink. What color do I do for Gen 3? Who likes reverse joint? I think it's getting less votes just because I just did it for both the Gen 2 games. I think that's the only reason. I like reverse joint. But hello, Goblin and Grant. First place at a model show yesterday? What kind of model show are we talking? I don't know what color I want to be in this gen. I'm just gonna start hitting buttons. See what speaks to me, but I won't do like silver, I guess. I'll stay away from silver and pink. Those are the ones I'm not gonna mess with. The red actually looks really good there. The orange and black doesn't look bad either. I'm not gonna lie, one of these two is kind of speaking to me. One of these two. The red and the orange. I think both look pretty good. Maybe the red. Maybe I go red this gen? Thoughts? Opinions? If we're between the red and the orange? Again, it won't be this exact color. I'll go in after today's stream and do like a custom paint job that I'll spend like 20 minutes too long on, but anyone have thoughts between the orange or the red before I kind of lock one in? I like both. Orange looks like curry orange. Now that you say it, it kind of does. And now that you say that, it makes me lean red a little more. Some figures of Boba Fett and Din Djarin. They took first in their category. What is IPMs? Sorry, I'm a normie. A normie with a degree in game design who sits here and talks about game design all day, every day. As normie as you can be with that being, you know, what you do with your time. Orange is a little cooler, you think? I have not beaten Old King route. I have heard about it. I look forward to doing it, but I did not go Old King route in 4A yet. That'll be something that I do for the first time during the 100%. International Plastic Modelers Society? Is that what we're talking about? IPMS? I read it IPMs. IPMS. I believe that's what I'm looking at. I had a, not the same thing, but I had a friend in high school who, his hobby was, he was a super big Halo fan. Or was this? Yeah, this was high school. And a hobby of his that was honestly pretty sweet was that he would make like Halo Spartan armor from scratch. He would make like full armor sets to like wear as costumes, and it was actually pretty sweet. I'm gonna stick with the red for now, but just know that there's a possibility that next stream starts up and my AC is orange, because I might play around with it a little bit. Like, out of the default paint jobs, I do lean a little bit towards the red one, but I'll mess around with it. Anyway, I'm gonna blow through the arena ranks as I can, because I know that there's like end game arena content in AC3 too. So yeah, I'll do the arena like as early as I can, and then I'll clear the campaign, and then I'll come back for like the end game stuff that pops up. Judges were impressed with my paintwork. He would do some pretty crazy paintwork on it too. It was sweet. What's he doing now? I know he's in university. It's not one of the guys who I kept up with super well, but I've talked to him a couple times in the last like year or so. He's still in school, but I think he's in mechanical engineering. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's what I think that's his degree program. Anyway, an arena pilot of great skill once. He's had nothing but losses ever since a certain traumatic event. He claims to have put it behind him, but there's no doubt that he still struggles with the after effects. Most wonder if he can bounce back. If he fell all the way down here... I didn't name my AC. I'll have to do that. I forget all these things that I have to do, like starting up a new generation. I remember one at a time. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta look at new parts, but then I also gotta like, you know, set up some paint job stuff. I gotta go name the guy. Oh yeah, this is the arena fighting that everyone's here for. Oh god. I feel like Gen 3 is where the B-hops get really ridiculously overpowered. Like, even more, I don't even think it's because, like, the AI is worse at tracking you or anything like that. I think it's just because they made the controls so much tighter that, like, it's easier to B-hop around like this in Gen 3. Because, like, Gen 1, it's kind of hard to do it in Gen 1, just because the controls are kind of, like, is unresponsive too harsh for Gen 1? I don't know if unresponsive is quite the word I'm looking for, but it feels like there's that little bit of delay, and you like combine that with, you know, 24 FPS and all that. B-hopping is really weird in Gen 1. I honestly just didn't do much of it. Gen 2, it's there, but it's not, the controls aren't this tight. Most stimulating war of attrition. Hold on. Where do I name this guy? Name entry? Right? Yeah. We go with my classic, unless something else pops up, like with Gen 2, where we ended up getting AC Pinky instead of AC Rebel. Rebel is always my go-to AC name. Ever since the Master of Arena video, where I thought that the Rebel thing was a bug. Actually, it was, okay, pause. No, I have been gaslit on this one. I had a moment there. Hold on. It was a bug, because everyone is like, oh yeah, it changes your AC name to Rebel after you get Human Plus. And I'm like, yes, I know that, but I tried to change it, and it would save in the menu, like my AC names were saving when I was in the garage, but every time I was in an arena match, it just displayed the name as Rebel, regardless of what it was in the garage. I knew. I've been gaslit from so many people being like, yeah, that's just what happens with Human Plus. No, it is a bug, I swear. Okay, sorry. I really don't even have to worry about this right now, but I just saw my second tab and was reminded that, sorry, that I need a hidden part guide for this game. before I like really get too far in and start missing them and need to go back. IGN's hidden part guide, it's not good. It's rough out here. It could be perfectly fine, but it's hard to read. If that makes sense. Like, it might have all the information, but it is genuinely difficult for me to read that guide. Is there not going to be a good one for AC3? Specific to the arena? So even like what I'm saying with me changing it in the garage and it's saving, just in the arena, it always displays it. That sounds like it's a bug to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, see, now this one, this has a list of every part, but then not how to get them. This is the hardest time that I've had finding a hidden part guide for any of the games so far. Normally there's like one or two, like normally there's not many for these really old ones, but they pop up right at the top. This one there's actually a bunch, but they're all kind of shit. Wait, this one's for Silent Line? Hold on. Why is it in the Armored Core 3 cat? This one is for Silent Line, I think. Although it's a little hard to tell. I'm very confused by this one. God damn it. Some of them are for portable. I'm assuming there's more parts in portable, so I feel like if I used that one, we would end up with a lot of confusion because like there's not actually parts in some of those spots where they like added new ones for the portable version. I might just have to settle for IGN's really wacky guide. It might just have to be this way. Oh, some of these parts I have to get S ranks on missions, huh? This one is really hard to read. Oh well. That might just be how it is. One of them... This is wild, how difficult of a time I'm having finding a hidden part guide. There aren't any photos of my entry on the page. Is it because is it like specifically yours got skipped over, or is it just they haven't posted photos yet? I would assume the latter because you say bullshit, but... I think I'm just gonna have to use the shitty IGN one. I'm also gonna have to open my window. It's hot as hell in my room right now. It's cold outside, but it might balance out. I'm wearing a hoodie as well, so I think I'll be fine. It's not like I live where it's already winter. Hold on. I mean, that's the nice part about it being winter already. Is when the heat in this house goes out of its mind and turns my room into a furnace. It's like 30 degrees outside, so I can just open a window. Anyway. True hothead, all he can think about once an opponent is in his sights is to engage. He sometimes gets so caught up in the action, he'll actually stop in place and fire blind. He has no respect for those afraid to take a little beating. I'm afraid to take a little beating. Please go easy on me. The background is kind of... Oh. They're like in the background. In a dark corner. You know, I'm realizing that I probably would be able to like upgrade my AC faster if I did a couple missions before hopping into the arena. But to be fair, the E rank arena matches, you can kind of get away with the default setup, to put it lightly. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Man, it is crazy how quickly it already feels better in here with the window open for that long. You know, I think after I got like a couple entries past this game, I feel like I kind of slept on this game for the whole rest of the review series. This is one where I'm coming back and I'm like, you know, I remember it being good, but it has such a good game feel to it. I feel like as soon as I got to like Nexus, I just immediately forgot about how good AC3 actually was. Because the series started going in all sorts of wacky directions past 3 and Silent Line. So I kind of just, you know, it got overshadowed a little bit. Because so far, I'm kind of just really enjoying being back to AC3 more than I thought I would. What would be a good pair of legs for me to like have an eye on here? I guess I don't know what weight I'm really going for. So we might, I don't know. Realistically, I'll probably just tweak it over time. Since I'm doing biped, there are so many variations that I could sit here and like really look at the numbers, but I feel like with biped, because of the amount of options, I'm kind of better off just like start somewhere, and as I need to tweak things, just tweak them, and eventually I'll end up with a result that is exactly what I'm looking for. That's pretty much what I did in Gen 1. And the build in Gen 1 turned out very, very nice. Oh, biped and quads are tied? Hold on. When did this happen? When did this happen? You're all lucky that I can't afford it yet. A pair of legs, I mean. Twinhead W's older sister. She usually fights alongside her brother in the role of main attack element, and in doing so, diverts attention away from his presence. Their difference in rank has ruffled her feathers a bit. I was gonna say, I haven't fought the other one yet. Oh, the other one's all the way at the top of E? That's rough. That is actually a little rough. I looked over randomly and saw that biped was still winning, but it's down to 40. And I was like, damn, it's kind of a close race for the leg type. But it's just that it's tied at 40 for those two. If we need the tiebreaker, like at the end of it, by the time that I can afford legs, I could just run the same poll, except remove reverse joint. So that everyone who voted reverse joint can just redistribute their votes. If a tiebreaker's needed at the end, I can just do that. I would be surprised if we ended up on quad legs, though, considering how strong of a start the biped legs got. I ran quads in Silent Line a good bit, though. That's where I discovered my love for quad legs. Was in Silent Line. That's when I was like, wait, these things are really cool. Little crab legs. Damn, I can see how your, you know, your sibling is higher. This is shameful. That was really... If you redo it, I'm voting biped. We got another reverse joint vote. It's almost a 3-way tie. If reverse joint got one more vote, I think it would be a 3-way tie. 3,000. Yeah, thankfully these pay out tiny, tiny bits. Oh, you see that, chat? You see that? Don't think you did quad? I have not done quad. That's true. If you missed me talking about it at the beginning when I was looking at the leg types before I started the poll, I said, like, tank legs are really weird, and I do want to, like, at least use each leg type a little bit throughout the 100% run. But if there is a generation to use tank legs in, it's absolutely Gen 5, right? Like, that, it almost feels like a generation made with tank legs in mind in some ways. Even though lightweight in Gen 5 is also a blast, if you've never tried it, you should. But tanks are really ridiculous in Gen 5. So I'll probably just end up waiting and doing tank legs there. Hovers, I kind of want to do in Nexus. So I just said I would be fine doing reverse joints or biped again, but I would also be open to the quads. Quads have taken the lead now. We finally have a good bit of quad leg love in the chat. These are lightweight. Those are expensive. Best cooling? Cooling isn't something I'm prioritizing yet. Is the weight how much you can equip on top of it? These early gens and how the numbers change around a little bit. I'm assuming that the weight is just gonna be how much it can carry. But then it seems kind of weird because the one that just says best cooling would also be the heavyweight legs, I guess. Oh my god, no, maximum weight, I see it. Never mind. I can read. I swear. So these would be the ones that can carry the most weight. Those are 44,000, and so far I have managed to scrounge up 9,000. Also, hello Jess. Is it really furry if it's a crab? That's the question. He avoids being pulled into the more risky close-range battles, and for the most part only engages when a comfortable buffer exists between him and his opponent. Since his AC lacks offensive strength, his fights can be long, drawn-out affairs. What am I sipping on? Red Bull. It's a... hold on. Blueberry Red Bull. Not the best, not the worst. Scaly? Is it? Crabs don't have scales. I forgot scaly was even like a thing, to be honest. But also hello Swashplate. Whoa. Some faux fur on it. Chat, hear me out. What if AC6, DLC, AC7, whatever, we get animal pelts to wear, like, goddamn Kraven the Hunter on our ACs? Thoughts? Opinions? What if we got to hunt animals? Hunt alien wildlife in AC6 DLC for their pelts to use as cosmetics? I'm just thinking out loud here, like Red Dead. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 getting like the legendary animal like outfits where you can like go and kill the giant bear, the legendary bear, and then like make its pelt into a hat and jacket. take a lot of cows. We're talking, you know, animal, like those sort of like legendary animals you could go hunt down. Imagine like actual wildlife that could, you know, hold its own against a 10-meter tall mech. I'm just thinking out loud here. Although apparently more than 10 meters. Wasn't it like FromSoft put out a thing that said that they were like 12 meters tall canonically, but then, you know, you look in game, I mean, look right now, me standing next to a car, it seems a little off. I don't remember. There was a lot of debate about it in one of the comments where someone said something about them being like 12 meters tall, and there were so many people like arguing about the canon height of armored cores in that comment section with this person. AC-sized bears, exactly. Alligators, maybe? AC-sized alligators. I think an alligator fight in Armored Core 6 would be wild. Just saying. He just didn't know what to do. I think the tallest is 12, the average is 10. Yeah, the scaling in-game, I would agree with people in those comments where the scaling in a lot of the games doesn't really make sense if you say that, like, they're around 10 meters tall, generally. But it is what it is, I guess. If FromSoft says that's how tall they are, then sure thing. Who am I to tell them that they're wrong? Look, I am a Silent Hill fan, but I'm not one of those kind of Silent Hill fans. If you don't know the reference, the writer of the original Silent Hill trilogy, like the lead writer from Team Silent back in the day is on Twitter, and he's very active on Twitter. And a lot of Silent Hill fans will argue with the guy who wrote the games, trying to tell him that, like, fan theories are true and canon and that he's wrong, when he's the guy that wrote the games. It's crazy. The Silent Hill fandom is batshit crazy. In a very entertaining way. If you've never heard of the Silent Hill Circumcision Wars, it's worth a read. I'll give you the TLDR. An admin on the Silent Hill wiki went mad with power and started saying that one of the games was just one big allegory for circumcision and genital mutilation, and that it was canon that the protagonist of that game was circumcised. And it was crazy because people would try to go and, like, remove it from the wiki because they were like, this is baseless, this is just coming out of nowhere. And the mod would undo the changes and ban them from editing the wiki. It was wild. I think this was a few years ago. But it's a great story to look into if you have an extra 10 minutes sometime. A former street racer, he savors the rush experience when he turns on his AC's overboost function. Oh no. Rarely stationary at any point during combat, he constantly jets to and fro around the arena. He's quick to abandon battles where he feels outmatched. It's such a weird thing. I think it was more than one game, too. I think it was, like, it was one of the Western games, and I think he tried to say that, like, the original Silent Hill was the same way. I don't remember. I think there was more than one game involved that he was trying to say was, like, an allegory for circumcision. And the effects that being circumcised as a child can have on a man long term, the underlying trauma that results from it. It was one of the craziest meltdowns of the Silent Hill community of all time. And it's pretty well documented. Like, there's a lot of like YouTube videos and stuff that just literally retell the story of it in great detail. Because it's wild. It's a hilarious story to look back on. I think that ultimately they like held a giant poll for the wiki community on whether or not that guy should stay as an admin. And they voted like overwhelmingly to get rid of him, and that's how the thing ultimately like died down. I love the internet. It's a crazy place. Especially that side of the internet that houses the Silent Hill fandom. Those bitches are crazy. They haven't had a good game since like 2004, and they're losing their minds. I mean, we all would. The Hollow Knight community has started to go down that route a little bit. They haven't had really much concrete word to go off of whatsoever about a new game in like 6 years. And they've started to lose their minds. I've seen it firsthand. Please don't change, you weirdos. Excuse you? You heard me. Once I finish building this Gundam Centaur, I'm gonna play one of 3 games. Let me guess. Armored Core, and Armored Core. Okay, oh, stream. That's fine. Even though it is Armored Core 3 day. That's fine. Oh, I remember this guy, because he pops up in one of the early missions. Sorry, I spoil. He relies heavily on his AC's weapon arms to carry him to victory. A bit over the top, he's flashy and popular. Many feel that his limited repertoire is best suited for combat with members of the arena's lower echelon and wouldn't cut it higher up. I mean, he has like the same missile launcher that you get for free upon winning your first arena match, and he just has laser arms, I believe. Those look like they're gonna be laser cannons, and that's it. So people probably aren't wrong. Oh, Armored Core, Persona, or Fortnite. The Persona fanbase would tear itself apart if the flow of games stopped. Bro, the Persona fanbase has been slowly falling apart regardless. Because you gotta keep in mind that this fandom from day one, like one of the biggest things, as someone who's never played Persona, whenever I see Persona fans engage with one another, it never takes long at all to start talking about who the best waifu is from the games. They've already gone down this path. Could you imagine if the flow of games stopped? Could you imagine what would happen if they went like 5 years without a new game? Or sorry, they have done that. 5 years without buying the same game again? What? I didn't say anything. What were we talking about? Be careful. Ow. Okay, his missiles actually kind of hurt. I'm not gonna lie. My rifle is not doing a great job keeping up. It's keeping up, but no, never mind. Now it is not keeping up. I have a skill issue, and I'm still rocking the default build because I'm still broke. Oh no, it's over. The TF2 community. I feel like this is generally a just an internet, like any gaming fandom kind of has this, where if you go too long without like any new content in a game, the fandom slowly starts to like lose their minds. What? What? Okay. Oh my god, start is replay. Oh no. I did the replay instead of... Yeah, okay, I was like, what happened? Titanfall 2 or Team Fortress 2? It's both. Titanfall 2 was what, like 20... Was it 17? No. Maybe? No, was it 2016? Was that Titanfall 2? Was it 2016? I think it was. Shit. 15? Oh my god. Because the first game was what, 2013, I think? I think it was 2013, the first one. Dude, I remember the first one. I played so much Titanfall when it came out. Oh my god. I guess okay, technically, you know, I'm very on record saying that like Armored Core is my first proper mech game, and I still kinda stand by it. I mean, I do still stand by it, but you could say, like, I grinded Titanfall, but I didn't like piloting the Titans very much. I would always just let my Titan go on autopilot. I just liked playing as a pilot. So, I don't really consider it. Titanfall 2 I didn't play anywhere near as much, even though it's just a substantially better game than the first one. I just didn't play it as much by the time the second one came out. I was so deep into other games at the time. I've refused myself from buying another shitty Persona 5 spin-off, but the Atlas Pay-Pig in me is yearning to waste money again. It's fine. The, like, third Persona 3 release is coming up, right? Isn't the Titanfall community as crazy? I would say about, yeah. I'm officially ending the vote on the leg type. They took it off sale last year. I don't have it on Steam, but I have it on Xbox One is what I had Titanfall on. The good old X-Bone. Fourth, actually? Oh, my bad, my bad. See, everyone likes to shit on, like, Skyrim and, you know, what was I thinking of? Skyrim and... Oh, GTA 5 for getting re-released so many times. I can see beyond it. I can see what Atlas is doing with the Persona games, and I'm not gonna let it slide like everyone else does. I see what they're doing. Hello, Dream Master. Xeno X news this time for sure. Anytime a Nintendo Direct is announced, I will huff the copium for you. While he has no defining traits in either his AC setup or combat style, he pilots a well-rounded unit and adapts easily to various battlefield conditions. His fights are usually uneventful, but every once in a while he puts on a good show. He's a heavyweight, so this rifle's maybe gonna struggle a little bit. We'll see. The Persona games actually become different with each edition? Uh-huh. Wait, he doesn't even have that much AP. Even though he's got the giant legs. What is this build? He runs a heavyweight and tries to charge at you with a shotgun? I can see why he's in the ranks. I can see why he's all the way down here. (621) It's not 621, it just kind of vaguely resembles him, okay? Come on. The game lagged a little bit, it's fine. Trash takes equals ban. I need to go back and see what it was. I know that it was something along the Persona discussion. But like, do the games actually become different? Because I know that like, we talked about it a little bit with Persona 3 before Sepper. Like, I know that they added like a dungeon at the end, I think it was, you said? But like, to that extent, you know, like each Skyrim re-release adds like some quests and some dungeons. But you know, it's just Skyrim. Even if they add a little bit. Oh boy. The DLCs do full overhauls? DLCs? I didn't even know that they did DLCs. Okay. This is awkward because these missiles are not the best. But if I'm far enough away, they're not the worst. I need more money. I need more money. Oh my god, he has 9 AP. There we go. They add a bunch of quality of life stuff and like 30 hours. Tactics is fun. You know what looked really fun to me? Speaking of XCOM ripoff, that Gears Tactics game that they put out, the Gears of War, like turn-based strategy game, that actually looked pretty fun. And everyone that I know, or that I knew that played it said like, yeah, I mean, it's not like a masterpiece of a game, but like, it's a pretty fun, like, distraction game to play here and there, right? Are you familiar with the name Fixer? If you should get any mail from him, I recommend taking his advice. This is a warning from me to you. There are unwritten rules, even in the arena. Tread carefully. All right. Is Royal Mist the guy that I just beat? Hold on. No, who is Royal Mist? Which one of you is Royal Mist? That is a great question. I have no idea. Reminds me of kids playing Fortnite. Oh yeah, the bee hopping in Gen 3 gets real. Younger brother of Twinhead B. He's most often accompanied by his sister when participating in missions. His role in this deadly duo is as a closer, stepping in at the last possible moment to finish the job. He enjoys combat and shows a lot of potential. What is that gun in his hand? What the hell is that thing? Oh, Tactica. I figured it was just, you know, the S and the A key are right next to each other. Plays the whole Persona series next? No, I get bitches. I will play 16 obscure Japanese mech games. I will play 16 slightly less obscure Japanese air combat simulation games. I will play also somewhere around 16 Japanese war and political commentary stealth games. I'll do all that for the channel, but Persona is too far. Persona is too far. It's the claw. For a second I thought you meant the claw grip on the controller. I've mentioned before, if you're new or you just haven't heard it before, if you know what the claw grip is, that's me. I am well known for my patent pending, actually, double claw grip, where I am so in the habit of using the claw that I actually do it on both sides of the controller. I may or may not control the left thumbstick with my thumb and my pointer finger together. Just so everyone is on the same page here. The legendary Armored Core grip. Okay, so the Armored Core grip is just a shitpost, right? I came across that. I am aware of the Armored Core grip. It's just a shitpost, right? It's not real. Please, someone tell me it's not real. For the love of God, someone tell me it's not real. I love how G1 Michigan has the same English voice actor as someone in Persona 5. This is an AC6 area? Wait, really? The AC6, or sorry, the AC grip is real. Hold on, for people who might not know. Let me pull it up. Yeah, here it is. A few Japanese players use that grip, I believe. All right. Oh, that's a beautiful picture right there. I found an amazing picture of it. Here we go. This is someone's Reddit post. I need to enhance the image, make it bigger. Here you guys go. If you are not familiar with the Armored Core grip, here it is. So as you can see, this individual is holding their controller backwards. And it's a little weird because of this. It's said that this was used because it gives you control over all buttons at once, since you get to use like all of your fingers when you hold the controller this way. That's what I've been told, but good lord above, I could not imagine actually learning to pilot an AC with this. Isn't that just how you separate? It's backwards. Here, look. Like if I'm actually gaming, here. If I'm actually gaming, I'm holding the controller like this, right? Click buttons, pretend I'm playing a game like that e-girl on TikTok. But what they're doing is they're holding the controller like this. They're holding their controller like this so that they can hit all of the buttons. It is. I'm holding it backwards. Okay. That is the legendary Armored Core grip. I came across it, but I assumed it was just shitposting when I saw it. It's so you can use the joysticks and press the buttons at the same time. Yeah, it's apparently because the shoot buttons are like face buttons. What's it? In the early gen games, like you press square to shoot, right? And you press like X to boost and all that. So it's not just to be able to, you know, move and look and all that. Never mind. I just repeated what you said. And it took me a minute before I was like, wait a second. Okay, so even having cleared all the E ranks of the arena, I still can't afford these legs. I'm still like 13K short, so we're gonna need to run a mission before I can swap out to quad legs here. Defend the arena? This is a commission-based one, I'm assuming. Oh, sell my current legs. Yeah, shit. I forget I can do that. Hold on now. I don't know why I forget that that's a thing every single time. Oh yeah, don't you do it from the assembly menu? You do. I see the button. Here we go. Hold on. We're cooking up something right now. Now I have some cash. These are the ones. Those are the legs right there. And now we need a new generator. Now we need a new generator. Okay. I'm going to sell the current one, but I don't think this is gonna get me enough to buy like a good generator. Let's see. How much, or how good of a I'm just short of being able to buy the good ones. I'm so upset. Okay. I'm gonna sell my radar. I think that would be a worthwhile trade-off to, you know, be able to use the legs. I still couldn't like juice it out in terms of the generator. Oh, these have the same max charge? Oh, badass. This one's just better then. It's also lighter. There we go. That works. Alright, now I'm good. Let me save it just so that if for whatever reason, like game crashes or anything like that, it's after I do all that. I gotta go check. Half of Billy Joel's best early hits are on it. I've never listened to much Billy Joel. Did they voice act these? They did. Thank God.
Regarding a possible terrorist attack on Global Cortex interests. The instigators have yet to be revealed, but there is no mistaking their intentions. As far as we know, they plan to disable one of our arena facilities and force the cancellation of an upcoming match. Stand by on scene and make sure the attack does not succeed. An overwhelming show of force must be brought to bear so that our response isn't misinterpreted. Hostilities against Global Cortex are not tolerated and will be dealt with accordingly.
Of course.
Due to our stance on this matter, your reward will be determined by the number of enemy units destroyed.
System engaged.
I would also be a general video game enthusiast.
Be careful.
Just a little bit. Oh no, I don't have a radar. Maybe I should have sold the other missile launcher instead. Like the one that I replaced with this current one. I could have just kept the radar that way. Now I feel stupid. I'm gonna buy my radar back. I feel naked without it. I remember on one of the earlier review series videos, I got a comment telling me to stop using radars because they are a crutch and I will never improve at the game while using them. That guy was a dick. Because he's wrong. Here I am, improved. Still have a skill issue, but very much improved. Please don't hit me with missiles. Thank you. This rifle needs to go. That's what I was trying to tell you to do. Oh, I missed it. Front and rear legs are too different and I hate it. What? You don't like that my front and back crab legs are slightly different? Does this bother you? These are my crab legs.
Looks like you could use a hand.
I could.
AC Guernica identified.
You're only allowed to like one game and it dictated your entire personality? Well, not everyone only likes one game. Some people only like one publisher. And that's how we get the console wars that are somehow still going. It's wild to me that console wars are still a thing. Like, even just this year, the amount of, like, Starfield versus Spider-Man 2 shit, while, like, they're just entirely different games. Comparing them in the first place is just kind of fucking stupid. Because, like, no one cares what console you game on. It's mid, in my opinion. Well, it's a Bethesda game. They're all mid. I said it. I said it. Skyrim, mid-ish. I wanted to say, you know, a word that YouTube doesn't like all that much. It's mid. Skyrim is, it's fine. I played the shit out of Skyrim when I was a kid because in 2011, Skyrim was like one of the wildest games we ever got. But like, you go back and play it nowadays, and it's like, yeah, it's okay.
Very impressive, Raven. Perhaps we'll work together again.
Thought they died with 7th gen? Oh no.
Objective
Oh no.
achieved.
It's still raging, like, as of like 3 weeks ago they got superheated again, like when Spider-Man came out. They still are going very, very strong. And it's so stupid. Like, so stupid. I don't understand. You're quite a pilot, Raven. I like your style. Thank you. We make a good team and hopefully we'll have a chance to work together again. Yeah. He's just trying to grift off of me after I beat his ass in the arena. Imagine if the quad legs were just bipedals and the reverse joints glued together. Like this, where it's literally just two different pairs of legs kind of just stuck together at the hip. Those who argue on Twitter about console, dude, it's wild. Because it does mostly happen on Twitter. That's where like the main source of the console wars nowadays comes from. And it's like, you see them everywhere. Like, I can click on any tweet and there will be someone like being a bitch about, you know, Spider-Man being a successful game. And then you open their Twitter and their whole Twitter account is like dedicated to like sucking Microsoft's dick and just shitting on anything that Sony has anything to do with. I don't understand. Happens on Twitter and in the Game Awards live chat. That's also true. Just wait for the Game Awards. Like, if Spider-Man wins anything, you're gonna see like some diehard Team Green fans lose their goddamn minds. I've got a bit of money. Is it enough to get a better weapon? Not quite. I'm close to being able to get a better rifle. I could go for like a cheap machine gun just to, you know, get myself moving along. This thing has 1,000 rounds in it. Can't go wrong with that. I don't know what kind of weapon I want to go for. But the soda cans in Spider-Man 2 are low poly. Yeah, and the pineapples in Halo Infinite don't pop realistically when you shoot them. Remember that one, anyone? I bring that one up a lot because it's crazy to me. If you're not in the loop on that one, it was a PlayStation fan on Twitter who compared shooting the pineapple baskets on one of the multiplayer maps in Halo Infinite to like shooting out a tire in The Last of Us 2, I believe it was. And they were like, do you see how the tire deflates when you shoot it, but the pineapple when you shoot it just has a shitty particle effect and disappears, it despawns? And every rational person on Twitter was like, you're playing a multiplayer shooter. Why are you shooting at the pineapples and focusing in on the effects of destroying the pineapples? Like, your team needs you to go run the flag, bro. Come on. Pick it up. We got something to do here.
A group of employees, unhappy about our decision to shut down the Zydan weapons factory, have taken over control. They've modified the factory's MTs for combat and are using them to keep the demolition team at bay. Remove them from the premises immediately. Closing the factory was a difficult decision, but had to be done in order to accommodate the need for more housing. Every day we are delayed is costing huge sums of money. We're sending you in to end the standoff and get the project back on track. Eliminate all targets in the factory.
Okay. Ooh, I get to bring a consort? Do I want to? I don't remember. Do you get to keep the money for your consort? If you don't, take one? I know in For Answer that was like a thing where they would just get a cut of your mission pay. But like with this mission, they're giving me 6,000. You do indeed keep it. I'm gonna run without one then. I was never 100% sure because it's never like explicitly stated. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 doesn't realistically simulate gunshots on the suit. 0 out of 10 Xbox forever.
They sent in a raven.
Bounce. Bounce. Yeah, console wars are somehow still a thing. I feel like the... Well, okay, I was gonna say in general, I feel like console wars stuff is mostly from people who are like much, much younger. But, let me tell you guys. When I was doing question of the day, and I would say something like, you know, what's Sony's best exclusive property? And the options would be like Last of Us, God of War, you know, whatever. Like, I would put up 4 of their biggest ones, Uncharted, whatever. And there would always be a few guys who would be like, none of them. PlayStation sucks. And then I'd open up their account and it's like a 30-year-old man, like a grown-ass man, who's just going out of their way to be like, these games are all shit because they're all on PlayStation. I was just like, what is wrong with you? How do we get here? How is this the timeline we ended up in? How do we go back and fix this? Best PlayStation exclusive, I haven't played it. Hey, once the cowards bring it to PC, I will play Bloodborne. Once they do that. Someday. Probably next year, right? No copium. It'll be next year. We're gonna get it announced at the Game Awards. No copium. Good work, Raven. We appreciate your help. If a few factory jobs have to be sacrificed for the greater good of society, then so be it. It's a harsh reality, but the decision to redevelop Sector 303 was made by the controller, and we aren't about to stand in the way. We sincerely hope that you'll continue to assist us so that that order can be maintained. Okay. Since its inception, Laird has been governed by the controller, a complex and extremely powerful AI computer system. Needless to say, the importance of the controller's existence is hard to deny. All aspects of life for those living in Laird are managed and maintained by the controller. However, there seems to be some discontent among Laird's population, and the number of uprisings has increased in recent years. Perhaps the very system that is Laird is coming apart. Those who died today did so because they resisted the controller, but I still can't help feeling sorry for them. Oops. Shoot the tree and get the fruit to kill the enemy for you. Stop. Stop. You can play Dark Souls 3, but it's different. But it's different. I would suck Sony to completion if it got them to do a Bloodborne PC port. Now my upload and download are so much higher. Oh my god. This whole time. Hello, False. Sepper hasn't played it. He's starting a war. Don't fall for it. Actually fall for it. Engagement. Never mind. He's completely serious. He played Bloodborne to completion and he thinks it's dog shit. Everyone. He's being 100% serious. I swear. Oh, I'm not ranked D yet. It's 4 times better. Jesus Christ. I thought higher number meant good. I'm gonna act like I didn't read that. I didn't. What? Read what? Hold on. I just realized I can probably afford a better gun now, especially if I sell this one. That'll bring me up into like 54K. I can definitely get something that's like a solid upgrade. Where were the machine guns? You can't go wrong with a machine gun, right? That's got 500 ammo. Yeah, let's... I'll just take, like, the middle of the road machine gun for now. And then once I can upgrade to the one with, like, 1,000 rounds in it, I'll just do that. And then once I'm there and I get, like, other parts figured out, I can really look at, like, you know, maybe getting a little crazy with it. A total arena killer? Oh, really? I get everything connected to it? Oh, like Ethernets and stuff? Machine guns OP in this game? Really? I don't think I used them very much in 3.
We'd like you to execute an attack on the Grand Mining Facility. Kisaragi has played a leading role in the mine's operation and just recently uncovered a rich vein of rare metal ore.
Oh. I think we're fine. But I just kind of remembered that hidden parts are a thing. We seem to be fine. I think. I'll ignore it for now.
Needless to say, the ore has considerable value and we're unwilling to allow Kisaragi to corner the market. After consultation with other corporations, it was decided that the mine's resources are to be equally distributed and that we, Mirage, will take over its day-to-day operations.
Okay.
However, although Kisaragi agreed to this, they continue to mine the ore and are in clear violation of the arrangement that was settled upon. We want to avoid damage to the mine and its assets, but all Kisaragi personnel are to be removed from the facility.
I can do that. That's what I get paid to do. I probably don't need a consort. We run it. Cole give you $25 personally. Try it. I cannot confirm nor deny. I cannot be held legally responsible for this statement.
Raven, destroy all forces occupying the facility. Avoid damaging any of the mine equipment.
You know what I also still need is a better generator than this. Okay, I'm looking on my radar, even though there is a doorway down there, and I'm curious. On my radar, there's nothing in that direction. Well, there's a lot this direction. Oh, okay. Sorry, my controller did that little mode switch thing. I got 2 more games on this control scheme, and then that will never be a thing for the rest of the 100% run. If you haven't been here for it, my controller has like different modes that it swaps between. And they don't really make a difference on Windows, specifically, like using it on a PC. But the button input to do it is like if you hit both of the bumpers and like left on the D-pad and the A button all at once, which on this control scheme, if I'm aiming to the left and I am strafing around and I maybe press both at once and I'm B-hopping, it's something that I accidentally press like once every 10 minutes or so. I press it. Because that's a pretty easy combination for me to accidentally input in this game. Even though they clearly tried to make it so specific that you would never do it, like in gameplay, I managed to do it all the time with these controls. I'm his lawyer. I know my shit. He is not my lawyer. I only work with professionals. They didn't try very hard. It specifically has to be left on the D-pad. It's not just a D-pad button. Like, it's a very specific input. It's just what games are you pressing those 4 buttons all together? Like, it's not something that really happens. Except for in this game, where I do it actually quite a bit, if we're being honest. Oh, also, wait, why is my pinned message not...
All enemy targets confirmed.
Okay.
Great work, Raven.
My brain was only working at half capacity an hour and a half ago, clearly. Just general thing to throw out there. The Ace Combat 2 video is tomorrow, for the record. For anyone who's been looking forward to more Ace Combat review series. It's tomorrow. That's why this controller sucks. This controller's great. It has a couple things that I don't like. It's the D-pad and maybe the mode switch, but like, I play a lot of games and this is the only one where I ever managed to do that. Nice job for a newcomer. We hope we can count on your continued support for a newcomer, he says. Crest's notion that they are the controller's selected representatives is becoming intolerable. Laird has matured and it's time to forge ahead to the next level. We here at Mirage are prepared to make that happen. Raven, it's time to make a decision. We're confident you'll make the right one. Probably. So hold on. Oh, now the third layer is open. A lot of these hidden parts are in the third layer early on. But there's this one part on the list that they legitimately just do not have the mission listed. It says, this part can be unlocked in Armored Core 3 by receiving an S rank in the AC Test 1. That's not... Hold on. It doesn't mean this AC test, does it? Oh my god, it does. Hold on, gonna grab a hidden part. Should be able to turn it off or remap it. There's probably a way. This thing has so many extra features on it that I just don't properly know how to use. Oh, we went low. Oh, we're going all over the place. I really need a new generator still. What is an S rank on this gonna take? I bet I'm not gonna get it here. Call me crazy. Oh, shit. Oh no. I could probably just do this later once I have good parts as well. Come on, I'm a professional here. I've played all 16 games. I've 100%ed the first 5. Clearly, I should be able to do this. You know what I can't wait for in Gen 4? Is for everyone to see me sitting there scratching my head at the stabilizer stuff for like 5 minutes at a time whenever I go in and make a change to my AC. The stabilizer stuff is so complicated for no reason. Like, more customization is cool and all, but who the hell put that together? That shit is ridiculous. I remember this, it's a pain in the ass. It has a mode that presses random buttons rapidly. I got an A. I can't be that far off if that's an A. Actual aerospace physics, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. We know what we're saying when we say that Ace's soundtracks get harder and harder with each title. I do need a better FCS, a better generator so that I can move, maybe even a better booster. Actually, hold on. Could I upgrade the generator? Probably with that kind of money. Hold on. The generator is a good first step, just in general. Oh, not radiator yet. I'll get back to the radiator. I wanted this one. Yes, please. Give me that generator. Let me try that again. Just being able to boost around faster. Let's see. Because if I got an A there, I can't be far off from an S, right? So maybe just being able to boost around more will be that difference that I needed. But yeah, the lock-on range is definitely hurting me here. Look at that generator. See, this is just what I needed. It might be a heavy generator. It's so worth it. God damn it. Okay, I fixed it. Come on, give me that one. Shit. I feel like I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm not gonna lie. Just that extra bit of movement might be what does it. Come on. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I'm hitting so many targets this time. Okay, let's see.
Time limit exceeded.
Just one bullet for each target. Yeah, no. They didn't think of that concept yet. Damn it, another A. I got 2 more targets that time. I definitely need a better FCS and probably better boosters for the movement as well. I can come back to that now that I know that that's what that is. Wait, I got new mail? Congratulations. Your test results are the best we've ever seen. In recognition of your... Wait, that's the part. We've prepared a reward. It's an AC leg part model number MLHMX Voller. That's the part that I was trying to get there. Hold on, it's a big leg. It's big leg parts. Yep. It gave it to me. I don't know. Oh, wait a second. I was saying boosters. Oh no, boosters are on quad legs, my bad. Well, shit. That works for me, and now I got a little cash boost to work with too. I'm gonna look for a new head part. We take those? We do take those. I'm not gonna complain about it. So the one that I was using was like 303 defense and 780 AP. It's like 300 and 780. 780 and 300. What is the benefit to this headpiece? There has to be one. No biosensor. I don't know. There's a lot of stats here. I'm just looking at the big ones, really. You know, I like the look of that headpiece. It's not the best in terms of stats, but I do like the look of it. I might just go with it for aesthetic purposes. I like this one too. This one's better. Hold on. What corporation made the leg pieces that I'm using? Mirage? That helps with the decision. We gotta keep like a somewhat consistent, you know, visual here. How the defense points are split. Oh yeah, it does show how they're split. That has more energy defense. This is a good head. I'm gonna run with it. I feel good about that one. Okay, hold on. What mission is this? Oh, I think there's a part on this one. There is. Okay. This one is just grab the part on the lower road surface to the left of the starting point. Lower road to the left of the starting point.
A work in progress has been seized by forces threatening to destroy it unless construction ceases immediately. The project is one of great importance, literally bridging the gap that has impeded trade between the two neighboring districts. Those holding the bridge are thought to be part of a smuggling ring that has benefited from the situation.
benefited.
The smugglers disguised themselves as bridge workers and commandeered their MTs. The bridge's construction must not be delayed.
Oops, I cut him off. Eliminate those holding it. I was looking at chat, so I kind of just, my brain thought he was done. I never saw an advantage that normal bipeds had that quads didn't this gen. Quads have a lot of energy drain.
To ignore our warning.
They're definitely not the best.
I want this AC turned into scrap.
But they look nice. And they're not terrible, they're usable. I haven't used quads yet, so here we are.
There isn't much room to maneuver. Watch your footing.
Where's this part? Oh, is it gonna be in here? Hello? I don't see it. I like hovers. I liked hovers I used them a lot in Nexus. I don't know why that game specifically. Wait, is that the part? Is that it? Yeah, that's a headpiece. I recognize that piece. That is the piece. All right, so the descriptions in this guide are jank. Oh, this one doesn't open? Oh, it does. How do I get in there? Do you open? I'm taking that as a no. Fly? Oh, shit. All right, here we go. Bought this generator for a reason. Booyah. Nice one, FromSoft.
AC card acquired.
That works out. All right. Now we continue. The real mission here. I wish I could fly more than I can. But since Gen 3 is so B-hop heavy, I think it's fine. Figure you guys out, and then I think that's it.
Mission objective
It is it.
achieved.
Okay.
System switch to normal mode.
Works for me. That part description, like, how do you even play that? And then you're like, okay, how do I tell people to get to it? And you say to the left. It's directly under where you start, but he says, oh yeah, it's down and to the left. So unless you notice it like I did there, it's a little easy to miss. Is that headpiece any good? It was good in 3.5. Lighter, less energy drain, more defense. Less energy defense, more shell defense. No biosensor. Ooh. I'm gonna pass on this one. The no biosensor really put it over. Just go left. It wasn't to the left, though. The guy writing it didn't do his job very well. It's an IGN guy, everyone. It's okay to make fun of him. I'm joking, by the way. For the record, it's a joke. It's a joke. If only game guides had a Yelp page, could you imagine the IGN guides? Oh, it's gonna take a lot to be able to upgrade to this core. It'll definitely be worth. It's just, it's gonna take another 60K. Has every function but radar. It did not have biosensor. Which is, oh wait, we're in D rank now. Oh, we got arenas to do. Hopefully the D rank pays better and I can actually like keep upgrading my gear by working through it. Yeah, I was gonna say, the 3.5 version is probably rebalanced. We should make fun of IGN holistically, though. You know, sometimes they're not that bad. Sometimes. A rather unusual character, this Raven is afraid of heights, and it's only when he's when he's piloting an AC that the fear is suppressed. Once strapped in, he takes to the skies and is a skilled aerial combatant. Piloting technique makes up for his AC's shortcomings. He has that beautiful laser rifle. It's a great rifle. I remember that one distinctly. He might, I don't know why they're saying his piloting skills make up for a bad build. It seems like he's got at least decent gear. I wouldn't call what he's got bad, at least at a glance. Maybe his frame parts are weird, but I don't know, it doesn't look that bad. Shit. This is a hang back, aim slightly upward, and hold square kind of fight, isn't it? Yup. This thing is good. Holy shit. This thing is kind of an arena killer. God damn. Wrecked in Last Raven. Yeah, I used that thing so much in Last Raven. That exact rifle. It carried me through a lot. And I used one that looked a lot like the Gauss cannon from, actually, was it called the Gauss cannon? I don't remember. The Gauss gun in Doom 2016. There's a gun in Last Raven that looks exactly like it. Blue laser rifle. I used that one alongside it, and it was beautiful. A prudent pilot, his goal in each battle is to get behind his foe, thereby gaining the upper hand. Unfortunately, this tactic requires mobility and conflicts with his preference for tread-based leg parts. Unwilling to change, he struggles to advance. We're calling them treads now? They're not caterpillar legs anymore, FromSoft? What happened to caterpillar legs? Notice the difference in AC AI from Gen 2 to 3? Not really. I mean, even now, not really. You stop that. You stop that. Slow down. SMGs for the win. The SMG is cooking. It burns through its ammo fairly quickly, but like, assuming you just lock on, it burns through them. They heard you say you didn't like that term? Because it's stupid. Caterpillar legs is so silly. It's funny that in Gen 1, it was Caterpillar. It might have been in Gen 2 as well. I don't remember, even though I just finished with Gen 2. Congratulations on your new rank. We hope you'll continue to perform as you have been. In recognition of your advancement, we are awarding you with the MGP VE905 generator part. Please check the garage. I'm checking the garage before I read the other email. Hold on. Because I'm really curious if that's going to be a better generator than the one I own. Oops. It's lighter. It's not far behind in max charge. Wait, why does it say that the red zone is better? It has more red zone, but it displays as like being better for that. Does Gen 3 do it in some ass backwards way where the higher the number is, the slower, or sorry, the smaller the red zone? Either way, there's a problem in how they're displaying that stat. Is it that higher number means smaller zone? Or is it just that for whatever reason they left it untouched where it says that higher number is better for this stat? All bigger numbers are blue? They're not. The weight is blue. Like it's lighter and it displays that as being better. Red zone reduces your consumption rate? Wait, what? What? Wait. Oh, I see what you said. I see what you're saying. Because the red zone is bigger, they're saying that that's a positive. Which I disagree with. But I get R better? I don't think so. Because it burns it slower, but it also regens it slower. Unless that changed in Gen 3. But at least for the first 2 generations, having just come off of them, bigger red zone is worse. It's just for certain parts that get it mixed, or certain stats. No, I think, I get what Aaron's saying. Does FromSoft think that a bigger red zone is a positive? I think I'm gonna sell this. Oh, it gets you so much money. It gets you so much money. Hold on, can I afford that new core? I can. I can just afford it. This was a great decision. This was a great decision. Now I just gotta change those arms out. I gotta give a good look to the arms here. Energy you want bigger? But red zone. Red zone I don't want bigger. Because yeah, like it does extend the duration of that last bit of your energy, but the slower regen kind of kills it. Like I'd rather have better output and hold off for like a second or two than actually burn through the red zone. Because I'll get more out of waiting for 2 seconds than I will just eating through the red zone and then, you know, either needing to recharge that energy or burning out the gen and needing to refill the whole meter. That is a heavy arm. It's just the given space it takes up equates to more energy. It does regen slower in the first 2 gens, so if they changed that here, then it's a different story. But in the first 2 gens, it does regen slower in the red zone. I definitely want to be on the lighter side, but do I want to be on like that light of a side? That's not even that light. It looks super light. Visually. Oh wait, maybe it is. Never mind. The arm values are just higher in this game. Okay, arm's way more. So that is a very light arm. It's got good AP though, but low defense. Top-notch energy defense might be. It doesn't even lose much AP. That's gonna be the better arm. That's definitely gonna be the better arm. Oh, god damn it. Oh, my weapons. Hold on. My blade, my gun. There we go. Okay. What kind of weight do I have right now? Oh, I've still got some wiggle room in my weight. Beautiful. Not a ton, but that's a decent amount of wiggle room right there. My new build soft-locked my game. Well, you shouldn't be soft-locked as long as you can just, you know, sell it. What game? What Armored Core are you playing? Even adjusting for the fact that Red Zone is a more dense meter. I think the regen, what's it? It just equates to that amount of energy. Like, let's say it triples the energy for that part of the meter. I believe that it also triples the amount of time that it takes to regen within that portion of the meter. I could be wrong, but in my experience, more red zone has been worse. Especially in Gen 1, I had one generator that was great, but its red zone was massive. And that thing sucked. I got rid of it after trying to use it for a bit. And it was night and day. Because the red zone was just killing it. Like, it was an insanely high capacity generator. But the red zone was like more than a quarter of the entire thing. And it was just terrible. Tried to go into a mission and it froze on the loading screen. At least I think. I'm not 100% on how it works. But definitely, I've noticed red zone being not useful. It must be slower, like, even proportionally, then. I don't know. I could probably sit here and test it. But that sounds time-consuming. Sorry, I don't... Oh, I was looking at maximum weight. I was like, why was I looking at legs? Legs. Shit. If I sold this... I should have done the math first. I think I can get the 1,000-round one. Hold on. I'm just short. God damn it. Alright, we wait for more upgrades then. Do an arena match or two. And then go back. Mess with it some more. Here we go. Oh, Fixer. Wait, I had an email. I remember saying that I was gonna go read it after I was in the garage, but then I spent way more time in there than I thought I would. Looks like we'll be facing each other soon. Don't worry though, I'll be in top form. Your defeat should be quick and painless. My ass. Let's see if he's actually the early game road bump he thinks he is, because sometimes they are. Sometimes they're really not. His innate understanding of AC warfare tactics and strategies surpasses that of any other pilot, but his own record is surprisingly inconsistent. Were he to apply himself, most believe he would rank among the arena's best. Let's see it. How great can he really be? What was the last map I did? I think it was Underground Factory. The big laser rifle? What big laser rifle? Like one of the coral ones? Or the Sawa? My AC6, I didn't mention it in the review video, but I only didn't mention it because at launch the game wasn't that way when I played it for like 60 hours. But when I reinstalled it for the review, and I'm assuming it was just like newer drivers messing with it or something, or maybe they borked an update, I don't know. But my AC6 was crashing a lot while I recorded the review video for it. Like a lot. Like once or twice per session, it was crashing. Whenever, it was notably like whenever any UI menu closed. So like if I were to exit the garage, it could crash there. When it was doing like the pre-mission briefing and you like confirm what build you're using, and then you get like the one little bit of speech while your AC like gears up, it would crash there a lot. I don't know what was happening. I'm assuming it was a newer driver because I played it on the exact same PC that I did at launch. No components in my computer changed or anything. But weirdly, AC6 crashed on me a lot all of a sudden when I reinstalled it for the review video. Hopefully it doesn't do that when I get to it for the 100% because it was annoying as shit. I tried to find a fix for it, and none of the troubleshooting that I could find online was working. I've been noticing occasional stutter in the garage that I hadn't noticed before, but I'm on PS5. It might have been something in the update then. I wonder. Because it was never during gameplay. It was only like in the menus whenever you'd close out of like a larger menu. specifically. It was really specific, but it was super common. It happened a lot. A stickler in his ways, he equips only high-speed, solid shell weapons. There's nothing fancy with regard to his combat style, but if he is able to draw and hold a beat on an opponent, they're in trouble. Let's see then. Chain Impact. Also, that guy was not much of an early road bump. I'm disappointed. He was supposed to be the noob killer. Although I guess I'm not a noob anymore. He might have been the noob killer back when I first played. I don't remember. What? We all saw that bug, right? On my AC, we all saw that. What was that? Wait, he has no AP. He's a glass cannon. He really is a glass cannon. Sometimes it's just flavor text and it's not actually like representative, but no, this guy is actually a real glass cannon. We all saw when I started boosting that weird bug, right? Hold on, I want to see it again. Because it only happened for like that second. I'm going back. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, that was really weird. It was definitely with the like booster effect. Looks like kind of that like heat effect that comes out of it was what freaked out there for a second. Give me arm unit R. Give me the 1,000 round machine gun. That's why I think quads are dominant. I mean, the generator that I have, hold on, where is it? Because the quads do have a lot of energy consumption, but I'm using a generator with like 10K output. So it's just regenning super fast while I'm like bee-hopping around and stuff. It's definitely a good setup. A good generator can really make a build. Excels at both close and mid-range battles, taking advantage of his AC's mobility to keep opponents off balance. The sniper rifle he equips was chosen for its speed, not range. He uses it only when a target is locked and the hit assured. I actually used this sniper a decent bit in Nexus. It was solid. It wasn't like broken or anything, but like if you've never used this thing in Gen 3.5, I would recommend that one actually. It was pretty damn good when I used it. Oh god. Okay. 1,000 round machine gun is almost always good. The one in Gen 1, like the assault rifle looking thing in Gen 1 with 1,000 rounds is just kind of okay. The AC2 one is really damn good. This guy is zooming all over the place, but whenever I do get like a good lock on him, look at that AP go down. It doesn't take long. This thing might also be very good. Seems like the 1,000 rounders typically, I mean, what's the equivalent in like AC6? The chain gun, I guess. That's the only machine gun I can think of in that game that has like a ton of ammo. And I mean, that thing, if you've played it and you've used it, I don't even have to say anything. We all know. 8,000. 8,000 per fight, you know, we're starting to build up to where arena pay can actually get me somewhere for upgrades. An optimist, her combat strategy incorporates very little in the way of proven tactics, and she relies almost solely on luck to best the competition. Her AC is designed for looks, and the random part layout makes it hard to anticipate her moves. I kind of like her color scheme, weirdly. I don't like the way that it's applied, but that blue and that yellow together, if you just rearranged, you know, where you're using it, it could look really good. A laser machine gun in Gen 6 like 2 had? Oh, that would actually be really nice. I would be down for that. I would be down for more energy weapons throughout the whole game in 6. Because, like, late game, there's a ton. But early game in AC6, there wasn't a lot as far as laser weapons outside of, like, that one handgun that you can get from the training mission and... what's it? The, like, the pulse gun that you can get early on in Act 1, I believe. I think it is Act 1. That you can buy, like, the earlier pulse gun, the bubble gun. But I want more, like laser. A laser machine gun would be sweet in Gen 6. Because lasers look really damn good in Gen 6. I was just gonna say, I just want to make sure I don't have, like, emails I've been neglecting. Your arena performance indicate a high level of piloting skill. Thank you. This is exactly what we look for when considering new prospects. Please accept our newest FCS part, the Vrex WS1. Our products are of the highest quality. We're sure you'll benefit from its use. Good luck. Well, thank you. I could use a new FCS, actually. That doesn't sound so bad. I've got my frame parts now. I should be focusing a little bit more on, Is there a lock distance stat? No? I guess I'm just going off of lock type for that then. I don't know if this seems better. It's wide. Sight range? Oh shit. Oh, I missed that one. Okay, yeah, so it is shorter. My ability to just miss stats when I'm reading for the first time is... It's great. It's shockingly good. Okay. I might go wide and shallow. It's wide, so it would be good for, like, close quarters with the machine gun to maintain lock. I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna, like, sell the other one and go replace other parts with that cash or anything. I'm just gonna give it a shot and see what I think. Quick on his feet, this pilot takes full advantage of the speed and handling provided by his AC's hovering ability to set an exhausting battle tempo. His short-range shotgun produces damage far greater than most expect. Let's see it then. What map did I just do? Oh, I just did... Oh no, I just did Wasteland. Yeah, that's right. For a second I thought parking lot. I just like to keep cycling the maps, that's all. I could just do parking lot for every single match and make it really easy on myself, but there's no fun in that. I'm gonna have to get closer. Oh, he's got the verts. I don't know if I would call this wide. I mean, it's fairly wide, but it didn't mention at all that it is so vertical that it, you know, covers the entire screen, top to bottom. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like, once I can get them in the lock, even though getting them in the lock might be harder, I can kind of just, like, beam them to death at that point, as long as they're not moving crazy fast. Because, you know, at some point, skill issue will come in and make sure that I can't just abuse it, but stuff like that, where if I can get them locked on, it's pretty nice. So I might sell the default one. I want to upgrade my booster, and then I'll probably focus on my FCS. I can just kind of go down the list for internals. I've already got a good generator. So radiator comes last, of course. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. I guess, I mean, the drain is pretty important too. But I'm mostly... This is a good middle ground of drain and boost power. I could go a little more if I needed more boost power. I could go for one of these ones that's like made to be heavier. That's just like a lightweight one, but this one seems pretty good. A machine gun and a howitzer. Oh, I forget there are left-hand howitzers and stuff in Gen 3. I forgot that started here. Let me try this booster out. Oh wait, it uses less charge for like 50% more boost? Shit. That's a bit of an improvement. Alright, Doral. He whittles down opponents using his AC's wide array of weapons in combination with effective hit and run tactics. Included among his AC's arsenal is a mine dispenser for setting traps and a machine gun to keep the pressure on. Okay, that mine dispenser might be a pain in the ass. We'll have to see. Really, for Blade? I mean, Moonlight always exists. I feel like unless I have a weight problem, it really is just like, yep, the Moonlight is a Blade. I might do a howitzer. Oh god. He's got orbits. Wait, I've got orbits. Whoa. Oh my god, this orbit that I've been neglecting up to this point is insane. Burns through my energy pretty fast, but the orbit and the machine gun together? Okay, this setup might be pretty good. Are machine guns really this strong in Gen 3? Cause damn. Just as soon as I turned on the orbit, that AP melted. His combat style is rather simple and integrates basic, reliable strategies with a single weapon type. He prefers to equip his AC with weapon arms and is quite adept at forcing opponents to follow the pace he sets. His tactics are predictable but sound. They are? Oh, shit. Here I was saying, like, yeah, we just, you start with a machine gun. It's a good all-around weapon, and I can kind of get wackier later on once I've got the credits to spare. But, I mean, from where I'm sitting, now that I've got these orbits that I've realized that I have, or this orbit, rather. I mean, look at this. Look at the DPS on this. And as long as I just catch it before... Okay, the regen is definitely slower in the red zone. I saw it. I saw it. There's no doubt. I don't know if it's slow enough to, like, make it not worth it, but because I dipped in for, like, a second, I can definitely confirm that that didn't change here. It does burn through my energy really fast to use the orbit, but, like, Jesus Christ. Shoots too fast in this game. That thing is powerful. You love to see it, when you just already have the part equipped and you stumble across the fact that you might be running something even better than you realized. Hold on. I was going to look at FCS. If I could find one that's wide... What is LW? Oh, lengthway. Sideway? Let me just look at the wide and shallow ones, these couple. And yeah, I was gonna say, whichever one has the longer sight range, like that's probably gonna be my FCS. Lock speed is fine. The weight is a little heavy, but like, what's 20 weight on an FCS? FCS weight isn't really something I'm factoring in. Oh, I can't afford it. I gotta do like one more match. Hello, Ewok, welcome. I gotta do another one. A pilot with exceptional skill, but very much in need of a few lucky breaks. The handful of fights he's won, aren't enough to pay for upgrades, but the tough losses are only making him a better pilot. He'll do fine once his luck turns. He also has... Or no, is that the... No, that's the earlier machine gun, never mind. That 500 round one might be better for the arena. The 1,000 rounder is still really damn good. But that one guy that had the 500 rounder, it seemed like it was burning my AP a little faster than I was burning his. It might have just been like a defense stat thing. Like he might have just had really good shell defense. I don't know. Here we go. This is not a lockbox you want to get caught in, friend. Damn, his overboosting is making this a little problematic. Ow, 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 ow. $500 better for arena, $1,000 better for missions. It makes sense. It makes sense. Once I've got the money and I've got like the essentials pulled together, like once I've got a good part and everything, I can just buy the 500 rounder too. I can buy that back and have both to swap between. You don't need 1,000 rounds in the arena. Right, FCS. I sell this, and I go buy the wide and shallow one that has the crazy lock distance on it. And this should be kind of nuts, assuming it works the way that I'm imagining it will here. I think this will be a work of art. All right, fragile. This AC unit is designed to be as light and maneuverable as possible. The pilot takes great pride in his ability to keep opponents off balance. Regrettably, the AC has serious part conflicts, and as a result, it suffers energy consumption problems. That would never be me. I've never done that. Picked a bunch of parts and not considered my energy economy? Never, never, never. Not once in my Armored Core career. Look at that lock distance. For something that takes up this much of the screen, for me to also just be able to hold that lock from that far back, good lord. Yeah, I might be good with this quad leg setup. I think things are starting to come together in a way that I am enjoying. I think I can see myself running this for the foreseeable future. Definitely. Let me take a look at the radiator stuff. So right now, I've got like 1,000 weight to spare on the setup. That's probably not going to be enough for me to afford like an ideal radiator. With the OP part that enlarges my lockbox? No. I have not even dipped my toe into optional parts yet. I always get like everything kind of where it should be, get everything situated, and then the optional parts are kind of like the enhancements, right? I didn't look at like the baseline. Like what does the default radiator give? For the most part, the radiator isn't important, but of course having a good one, 5,000, 5,000. That's kind of easy to remember. Obviously, if I can do more, if I can just have a good radiator for when the situation arises. Honestly, going for something that's a little more geared towards forced cooling. Oh, I could just go balanced with something like this. Like, I could do over 10k forced cooling, like literally double my forced cooling, and increase my normal cooling by a bit. Or I could just like split it down the middle. This is still a little more geared towards forced. Oh, it's so heavy, but holy cooling. I don't think something like that is necessary in 3rd gen. In 3.5, yeah, that would be the radiator. It still, I guess, would be the radiator if I can carry it, but I don't think I'll be able to. I feel like even doing these ones that are like 300 might be a little overkill. Like I might end up going for this just because it's lighter. But I don't know. Do I want... Look, I'm not a big inside part guy. I really don't use them a whole lot. Maybe that makes me a noob, but like I got through Gen 2 without touching them. 100% and all. Extensions can be pretty good. Like pretty damn good. I'm just trying to think ahead on like the weight stuff. Talking about radiators now. A missile intercept could be great. One of these, like, yeah, vertical support missiles could be really good. Added shielding increases defense. Getting more defense wouldn't hurt. It's also really light. These both do the same thing. This one's more energy usage, but more defense out of it too. The second one is how you spell it. I use this a little bit. This thing can be kind of nuts. I used this on a couple energy setups back when I did the the AC3 review. And this thing was pretty damn good. The like emergency energy recovery extension, great. You only get to use it twice, but it's because it's really damn good. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with extensions. Extensions might, like, that might be one of the last things that I add to the build. For back weapons, I'll probably end up going with a missile launcher. Although, I don't know. I wasn't big on missile launchers in Gen 3. I wasn't huge on them. A chain gun weighs a lot. Like, one of these, like, heavier back weapons, they do weigh a lot. Like, that, I don't even think I could fit that on the build. But they could be great to run. Oh, this one releases weapon pods? This is one of those that, like, deploys orbits, right? If I'm understanding right. Increased ammo. Oh, these are both increased ammo. Biosensor equipped shoulder radar. Does that mean that biosensor targets appear on the radar, or does that mean that you could use this to substitute having a biosensor in your head part? Red colored? If there's a good missile launcher that's hidden, then I might not have liked missile launchers just because I didn't find like the best one. Genuinely. All of these are way too heavy. Like the dual missile launchers, I thought, you know, maybe they would be fun, but those are way too heavy for me. Yeah, I feel like I generally want a missile launcher on like any build. But I wasn't huge on them in Gen 3, so maybe I would just want, like, the grenade launcher on my shoulder, or... If I could fit it, I would go with, like, the plasma cannon, just because, like, you know, changing things up a little bit, but that seems too heavy. I would be like pretty much using the rest of my like weight wiggle room for the build on just this, and I don't think I want to do that. The chain gun is probably not the best option in terms of like firepower, but it would be a good back part that I could get a lot of use out of. It's got 300 rounds of ammo in it. It leaves me a few hundred in terms of weight to like play around with. Oh, but I'm gonna be upgrading my arm blade at some point, so I gotta factor that in too. Or, you know, I might go with like a howitzer or a grenade launcher. I don't know. I don't think I want to dual wield in Gen 3. I did a little bit when I did the review, but like the thing with dual wielding is because they bound it to the left arm weapon input. You have to like B-hop and press square and press circle like all together to effectively use it. And you can do it, but it's a little janky. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of too much for me. I don't want to have to deal with it, in full honesty. So I think I'll just stick to an arm blade. I need more money, regardless of what I end up doing. Relies on fancy footwork and precision fire to get things done. Meshing his combat style with a lightweight AC was a no-brainer, but its lack of armor plating has cost him many battles. He trains constantly to compensate for this. Oh shit, what map did I just do? I think I did structure on my last fight, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, I think I did underground factory, actually. Yeah, I think I did. The energy recovery thing is good for the exceed orbit. Oh, you're right. Because then I could just click that and burn the orbit through instead of needing to like turn it on, turn it off over and over again like I'm doing right now. It's shooting the wall. Oh, that's unfortunate, really. Because yeah, this exceed orbit is really, really strong. But the energy, even with like the super high output generator, is still lacking. So the extension for the energy recovery might be the move. Maybe I go for an energy setup in general. Are there energy machine guns in this game? I mean, clearly it seems like the normal machine guns are very, very powerful. But maybe I just want to go with like an energy build in general. Maybe I just want to play into a theme instead of purely going for like what's gonna be the best. Oh, my controller like actually disconnected, reconnected there. Windows sound and everything. There's pulse rifles. There's this thing, but I have a strong feeling that I'm probably gonna end up using that a lot in 3.5. It's really damn good in those games. And then yeah, these are parry blades. Maybe not. Maybe I stick with a normal machine gun. The machine guns definitely seem to be really good. But I am somewhat tempted to just go like full energy build if I'm going to use that extension and go for like an absolute melt machine with lasers shooting out of every hole on the AC. Can you use the chest cannon in any AC game? I don't think you can. I'm not using the default core anymore anyway, that like has the chest weapon on it. To my knowledge, you can't. But I could definitely be wrong. How many credits do I have? I think I'm gonna go for this radiator right here. And then if I need more weight, I can obviously downgrade my radiator to free up like 100 or 200. Because the radiators aren't super important here to begin with. I've got 2 more games of not really needing to worry about my heat until I really need to worry about my heat. Although, when I was playing Last Raven, I got pretty good at making, like, heat-neutral builds to where it didn't matter as much. But also, Last Raven tones it down a lot from Nexus and Ninebreaker. But even in Ninebreaker, I was starting to get the hang of it. It's just, unfortunately, you have to be really specific with your part selection to be able to do it in those games. Anyway. Known for his spectacular overboost charges, which are accompanied by constant volleys from both arm weapons, the pursuit missiles mounted on the back of his AC serve him well, and though some claim he's just lucky, his actions prove otherwise. This guy might be a melt machine. He might just burn straight through me. The chest cannons were never used from what I know. Yeah, I don't know any game where it's usable, unfortunately. Because, like, why would you put a gun in the middle of the chest and then not make it usable? Big missed out. Oh, he has the missile pods. Shit. The range on this for being a wide and shallow is pretty nuts. This was definitely the pick for this build in terms of FCS, because this thing is just ridiculous. Like, this is like, it shouldn't be allowed kind of ridiculous. Oh, this is one of the orbits that regens if you let it just chill out. I wasn't sure, because I know some did, some didn't. Dante Bull. Dante Bull got wrecked. Absolutely melted. The missile pod scared me a bit, but the orbit and the laser's a bit much. I mean, you know, for theming, it would be sweet. But, yeah. There's no, at least not available currently, like, proper laser machine gun, which is probably what I would want if I was doing, like, the rapid-fire laser setup that I had in mind. It might open up later, though, and if it does, I'm probably at least going to play around with it. Oh, wait, not this one. This one. Oh, I'm still short? Shit, give me the default one back. Why is quad wielding nade cannons the way to go on so many S ranks? I think it doesn't AC6's S ranks mostly just factor in your expenses more than anything else, from what I've heard. Born in the working class slums, he recently lost everything after his city sector was deemed unfit for habitation and closed. He typifies the average blue-collar citizen trying to eke out a living under corporate oppression. Well, now I feel kind of bad about needing to absolutely destroy him in the arena. But from what I've been told, AC6 like super heavily prioritizes like low expenses for ranks. So I'm assuming it's the strat just because it's like cost efficient. Damn, you know what? He's got some crazy defense. Oops. Controller thing. I just clocked. Time, expense, and destructions. Yeah, it's probably just because expense is like a big factor. It's cost efficient. You get a lot out of very little, like, spent on ammo, right? Give me that beautiful, beautiful radiator. I went the whole way around. like a dumbass. God damn it. Chole's gonna remove this redeem one day. This thing sucks. Oh, Chole also just started a 15-minute timer. Whoa. Slow down. That one is not 15 minutes. Caveman mode is a curse that should not exist. Chole's gonna remove it eventually. A slow starter, it's not often that he finds his rhythm before the tide turns against him. Every now and then, though, something clicks and he's able to regain lost ground. He's earned a loyal following by keeping spectators on edge. Would be in shambles without caveman mode. No, people would just use other things without caveman mode. Either other things need to get made cheaper, or probably caveman mode just needs to be made more expensive. Because it's the only thing that people save up points for at this point, or at this rate. Come here, big man. I don't understand what it does. It's that Chole cannot say, for example, and this does not count as a fail condition. Chole cannot say, like, I or me for the whole duration, for the whole 5 minutes. And in the event that Chole does, it adds an additional minute to the timer. It extends it if Chole slips up and accidentally says it. So it's a big pain in the ass. Especially since streaming is already so much multitasking. Needing to focus in on not saying words that are, you know, the sort of words that are normally used every few seconds on stream. It's a big pain in the ass for Chole. Oh, god damn it. El Bozo. You know what? Just for the El Bozo, Chole's gonna nerf it right now. Just for that. Where is it? Where is it? This one. That's the one. It's getting made a little more expensive. There. That makes Chole feel better. That was the last D rank arena. Yeah, okay. Let Chole take a quick look at how much money does Chole have? 24K. Now that the radiator is good, the arm weapon is probably the one that Chole's gonna stick with. This machine gun is just really damn good. Chole does not see a reason to change from the 1,000-rounder machine gun, other than maybe, like, once Chole is rich, just buying the 500-round one that does a little more DPS and using that for, like, arena fights, specifically. Chole could buy a better arm blade next, but it's not really needed. See, another problem is that Chole doesn't know what back weapon Chole wants yet. Chole might just go with this chain gun. the weight is within the limit. Did Cole H Dracula? What is the H? What is this guess now? To 275. Small adjustments. Small adjustments. Hunter. God, that's worse than most of your guesses so far. That one hurts a little to hear. That one's a little painful. We know your middle name already. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. Yeah, Chole's kind of considering the chain gun. That might be the back weapon instead of, at least for now, instead of like these tiny missile launchers that just aren't really much good. Chole could buy that right now. That's a change that can be made immediately. Chole is keeping the radar. It's a quality of life thing that Chole needs. 6 barrels of pain. 6 barrels of pain. Gives off the same energy as what was it? 19 inches of venom. Was it 19, chat? Was it 19 inches of venom? Correct me if I'm wrong. Chole still can't believe that that Yuri Lowenthal said that. You know what? Speaking of the radar, sell this one. Chole will at least... The bot doesn't handle the timer, unfortunately. If that was a thing that Chole could put in... Oh, god damn it. Chole might have said that. Chole might have said that. Yeah. If Chole's gonna run a radar, Chole's gonna run a good radar. How expensive? 120,000. That is one expensive ass extension. Holy shit. Okay. Drop a quick save. With all those adjustments being made. And we run it. To give a timer, he designs games, not bots. Well, keep in mind, Chole does not understand CSS very well, so the bot can be a disaster from time to time. We've had some very buggy things with the bot in the past. Hold on. Chole is checking. No secret part in either of these missions. They pay the same. Chole will do this one. This one speaks to Chole.
The factory we had you clear out the other day has been reoccupied.
Son of a bitch.
Apparently, the rebellion spread further than we thought. Those holding it are threatening to release a deadly nerve toxin if the factory's closure isn't halted. The deadline to meet their demands is soon approaching. Their resolve leads us to believe that one of the other corporations is manipulating the situation. A peaceful resolution is probably out of the question. Your objective is twofold. Disable the nerve gas generators and eliminate all forces occupying the factory.
He designed games like EA Sports Football Club. That is true.
Main system.
That is true. Chole actually was the one that decided to not renew the license.
4 generators spaced
and to change the name to Football Club. Oh. Okay, but the damage on it is so good. Chole is torn. Oh.
Disabled. There are 3 left.
Just have to press a button, huh? So the chain gun doesn't work when Chole is in the air. But it does hit pretty hard. Oops.
Target disabled. 2 more to go.
You want Chole to go all the way down there? What happened to the elevator? Thank God. This redeem is so dog shit. Terrible redeem. Foot Club. I don't know. I feel like there could certainly be a market for EA Sports Foot Club. I don't know if it's quite as large as the football club market, but there's certainly a market.
Target disabled. You have 1 left.
There's a market for anything.
Objective achieved. Good work.
Works for me.
Objective achieved.
The question is, did I spend a fortune on ammo because of the chain gun? I feel like that's probably gonna be like a balancing factor with it, since it does hit like a truck. Yeah, I spent a lot on ammo. I only made 100 credits that mission. Okay, maybe the chain gun isn't the move. Maybe this was a bad idea? Kind of hurts, because it is good, but like, goddamn, nothing is worth that kind of ammo cost. Getting paid 100 per mission just because I dared to use my chain gun. Could we get like 2 missiles per lock, multi-warhead missile launcher? It's just a multi-missile. This might be my style. Let's see. I'll try this one out. Oh my god, it was heavy. Did that just say 700? This missile launcher is heavier than the chain gun? Oh yeah, it is. Holy shit. That's fine. You're a whore. Sepper, for the record. Specifically. Specifically you. Hold on. 3rd layer. Excuse me. Hey, apparently that word is perfectly fine monetization-wise on YouTube, but the F-bomb isn't. As I have learned from experience, as I have been slipping that word more often on stream recently, and YouTube doesn't give a shit. But as soon as I say the F-bomb like 3 times in a stream, yellow $sign. This mission does not have a secret part, so now it's just, who's paying? Who's paying Chole the most? It looks like it's these guys.
Recently, Global Cortex has been the target of repeated attacks perpetrated by an unknown organization. Their activities tapered off after several back-to-back failures, but have resumed again in earnest since acquiring a new source of financial support.
Not r/dank
According to
memes.
sources we will not disclose, they intend to infiltrate a stealth bomber into Aiden City and disrupt scheduled test exercises. If the attack succeeds, our reputation is ruined.
Of course.
Destroy the bomber before it reaches the testing grounds.
Alright. Here in Brazil, we say football instead of soccer, but since we don't know the meaning of foot, the phrase, do you guys
System. Engaging
want to
combat
foot
mode.
tomorrow is plausible. Different cultures. I don't even know how someone would interpret that phrase here. If you ask them if they wanted to foot tomorrow, they would probably not think that you're a weirdo right off the bat, but it would be a suspicion, right? They would be like, I don't know, is this guy? They would just have to clarify. They would definitely be suspicious of you. Ow. Hey, where's this bomber that I was sent in to take out? Or that Chole was sent in. God damn it. Foot Clan. Okay, if you told someone that you were part of the Foot Clan, then they would definitely think you were a weirdo. No doubt. No doubt. Very few people are gonna be like, oh yeah, like in Ninja Turtles.
We can't stop the exercise now. Take out that bomber.
It's not actually like that. It's close. So, where is the bomber?
20 seconds until the target is in range. Get ready.
Okay. Chole's got this. Chole's definitely got this. Even though this quad leg build is not the best at flying, Chole does not need to be the best at flying. It's a split missile. It's not a multi-missile, it's a split.
Target destruction confirmed.
Chole got scammed. It's still not bad, at least in that scenario.
The exercise was completed without incident. Good work.
Thank you. Chole's good at what he does.
Thank you, Raven.
Of course. Just doing my job, madam.
Mission complete.
Tips Fedora.
Good work.
Mission objective achieved. System switch to normal mode.
A lot of Italian descent in Brazil? Really? What? I mean, Chole still got paid pretty well, but how did Chole spend 20K on ammo? Chole's just gonna ignore it. I heard you were the one that brought down the bomber trying to interfere with my AC test. I just wanted to say thanks for your help. Okay, Regina. If that's how you say your name. Could be like the great Canadian I'm gonna stop myself there. Some people will know. Hold on. Third layer. Industrial research. This one has a hidden part. Let's see. It is that one. Part found and successful completion of level. It's in one of the sewage drains in the wall, specifically the one located on the right just before you encounter the MTs in the first hidden passage after meeting with the construction crew. I'm gonna have to read that again right before I start. That was a lot.
The survey team we infiltrated into Mirage's research facility was discovered and is currently trapped.
No.
They're doing what they can to hold out, but the odds aren't in their favor. Enter the facility and help them escape.
Okay.
Mirage's forces will do their best to destroy the survey team. Make sure they fail.
Okay. I can do that as long as you're paying, man. I got no problems with that order.
Main system. Engaging combat mode.
Okay, wait.
The survey team needs assistance. Hurry up.
In one of the sewage drains in the wall, specifically on the right, just before you encounter the MTs in the first hidden passage after meeting the construction crew. In a sewage drain on the right, after I meet the construction crew. Oops. There.
Raven, cover us!
Survey team identified.
Wait.
Be sure they get to the escape point.
Oh. Okay, these instructions seem really whack if we're just gonna...
Over there!
I gotta catch up. Shit. I wish the exceed orbits were a little smarter.
Reinforcements are closing in.
Wait a second. Those are the hidden passages, right?
Stop him!
Aha!
AC part acquired.
My brain is too big. They can't keep the parts away from me, even if the IGN descriptions are pretty bad. Oh, they died.
Survey team destroyed. Return to base.
Do I get another shot?
Mission failed. System switch to normal mode.
Do I get another try? Well, there goes 15K. If not, I guess I'll just have to grab it like after I finish the campaign. Let's see. Do I get another shot at that one? I do.
The survey they're doing what they...
Okay. That's fine then. I know where the part is, so this time I can just grab it the
Main
first
system.
trip.
Engaging combat mode.
Not run into that situation again.
The survey team needs assistance. Hurry up and find them.
Whoosh.
Move it! We need help now!
There we go.
Raven, cover us!
Survey team identified.
Come on,
Make sure
boys.
they get to the escape point.
Those guys can probably be ignored.
Over there!
You.
AC part acquired.
zoom ahead. I wait. There you guys are. Why are they so slow? It's almost like they're not in a 10-meter tall mech with rockets strapped to it.
Stop her!
Do not leave the area. I would have been so pissed at myself.
We made it. Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
Mission objective achieved. System switch to normal mode.
See ya, boys. Only 3K? Shit. They're really not paying enough. I'm barely making any money off of missions right now. Ooh, mail? The controller ordered Sector 302 sealed the other day. Please be advised that this area is now off limits. The closure was deemed necessary in order to counter the recent increase in terrorist activity. The philosophies of those responsible are in direct conflict with those of the controller, and the situation has spun out of control. We're exploring a number of different options for dealing with this threat, and we ask that citizens assist us in our efforts. Okay. If you pay, I'll assist. I'm not gonna assist just out of the kindness of my heart, but if you give me money, then sure. There's no reason not to. Too upbeat song for an AC game? The old games have a lot of really upbeat music. Further down the line, they made it a lot more grim. But really everything prior to like Last Raven had pretty upbeat music, and then that was kind of the game that like shifted away from it and that never really went back. But the old games have like a solid 50-50 almost of like upbeat and like somber and just all, it's kind of all over the place tonally. Anyway, give me a minute. I'm gonna get up to refill my water and take a piss. So, feel free to get up, get a drink, bathroom break yourself, get a snack, I don't know. Whatever you want to do with a quick minute while I'm up, feel free to go ahead and do it, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I got plenty of water, an empty tank, and I'm ready to grind. Ah, okay. C rank arena is open. It goes up to S, right? I think at the very top it's S rank. Because otherwise I would be really... Oh no, it's just A? Really? I'm already pretty high up in the arena ranks then, to be working through the C's already. He takes great pleasure in using his AC's linear cannon to demolish... Sorry, hiccup. Those that challenge him. When unleashed, the weapon rains down damage and peals of thunder echo across the arena. I've never heard that term. He's made rapid advances, but many still question his skill. Hold on. Peals definition. It's gonna be multiple of peel. Oh, no, Google has gotten smart enough. A loud, repeated, or reverberating sound of thunder or laughter. The more you know. Let's just start here. I don't remember what maps I was playing before. I'm actually, yeah, once I clear the C ranks then, I've barely done any missions. But I'm already like, I mean, by the end of this arena grind, I'll have like 10 fights left. Whoa. That's a big cannon. That was my nickname in high school. Big cannon. Definitely. You can be rank S if you do S ranks. I think I was pilot rank S on AC3. I think I only got up to A on Silent Line though. I guess there are the like end game arena fights and stuff. So I'm not quite done with the arena once I clear like Ace, but you know. The polish and grace of his combat style make him wildly popular with the arena's female fans. He and Midas were close once, but grew apart after her arena career took off. Whenever her name is mentioned, he ruminates about days gone by. Oh. What kind of close? So they got dual arm cannons, and they got dual shoulder cannons. It was Chole, you've already told us? Nope, it was definitely big cannon. Trust me. Of course they called me Big Cannon. Chole was definitely... Actually, Chole might not have even been my dumbest nickname in high school. I've mentioned this one before too. But my freshman year of high school, one of my friend's brothers, like her older brother, was a senior, and he met me like early in the year, and he called me Coltrane, literally just because it sounds like Soul Train, and also because of the Gears of War character. And it stuck, but only like among the seniors of that year. So like my entire freshman year of high school, when I was walking down the halls, if like a senior guy saw me, he would just yell out Coltrane for the whole goddamn year. That was probably my dumbest nickname in high school, was Coltrane. Anyway. An itchy trigger finger, limited ammo reserves, and target acquisition issues leave most wondering how this pilot ever got as far as he has. He's made improvements to his AC's ammunition stores, but the underlying problem remains. I'll tell you, it's those arms. I used them for a build when I played this for the review. Those arms are very strong. With twin tri-barrel cannon. Tri-barrel cannon? What tri-barrel cannon are we talking about? In 6? Yeah, I got hit by that once and dropped like 1,000 AP. Yep, there it is again. Also instant overheat, by the way. I was playing stupid with my orbit. I did not need to take that much damage. Spanish for Band-Aid because my name is Titus. Or my name Titus is hard to pronounce for Spanish speakers, I guess. The first syllable, right? I can actually see that. But why Band-Aid? Just because it sounds similar enough? A close-range combatant who disregards all damage inflicted on his AC as he blind rushes the enemy. More often than not, his opponents falter just long enough that their fate is sealed then and there. Most pilots go out of their way to avoid Grinder. I love how in 6, the longer you play, the more you realize how much synergy there is between different weapons and parts. Or sorry, different weapons and parts have with others. It's true. I feel like 6 probably has some of the best of that. Because I've talked about it before. Everyone is talking about like AC6 needs more parts. Honestly, like I wouldn't say no to more parts, but I don't think it's like a problem. I don't think that AC6 has like an issue with having too few, like a lot of people say. Because every part in 6 is so like specifically designed for one purpose. And there's a lot of synergy between those parts if you just experiment with it a little bit. I feel like 6 has some really good like build design. Outside of like PvP having some balance problems, I feel like PvE wise, the parts in that game are designed pretty beautifully. I changed my opinion on any of the games. Honestly, right now, I'm enjoying AC3 more than I remember enjoying it, but I think that's just because like AC2 stuck in my memory early on just because it was really well-rounded. And I remembered AC3 just being like a more refined AC2, but because AC3 gets like immediately followed up by Gen 3.5 and all that wackiness, I guess that like, it kind of just, it's not that I thought that I didn't like AC3, but I kind of just forgot how much I did like it, I guess, is the best way to say it. Congrats on your new rank. We hope you'll continue to perform as you have been. In recognition of your advancement, we are awarding you with the CWGG GR12. Oh, that's a right arm part? Hold on. Hold on. Right arm part. That means that it's a gun. Oh my god, it's a bazooka. It says grenade rifle. That's a bazooka. It's way too heavy. I found myself liking Project Phantasma more than I thought I would. Master of Arena. Wait. Pause. Slow down. Hold on now. Is that just, I thought I would enjoy, or sorry. Pause again. Rewind again. Is that you saying that you're enjoying Project Phantasma more than you thought you would enjoy Master of Arena? Or is that you saying you enjoy Project Phantasma more than Master of Arena? Those are very different statements. I will react very differently, depending on which one of it is. Because if it's just Project Phantasma caught me off guard, fair, because it also caught me off guard. I didn't think that it would be better than the first game, but it was. If this is I like it more than Master of Arena, I disagree. The attack power really does just go up with each one. I thought maybe there would be like upsides and downsides to each of those blades. It's really not. It's just the more you spend, the more attack power you get. Plus this one shoots an energy wave out of it. It's just, that's kind of the best one. Oh, right. I have to go to the shop to buy optional parts. The reducing damage parts are always just no-brainers, for me at least. I can start with those. Stinger and Samika are Project Phantasma, that too. I thought Project Phantasma was worse than it was, and Master of Arena I like less than I thought I would. Still, Master of Arena is better. Okay. Whew. I was really like, are you saying... I mean, I had some people comment saying that Project Phantasma was their favorite PS1 AC. But Master of Arena is just... I feel like the PS1 games just got better with each entry. But even then, like, the original has its own special charm to it. It's not like that game... It's not like that game feels like there's no reason to go back and play it. It still feels like it's worth going back and replaying. But it's just... The PS1 games kind of got better with each one. At least I found. And I didn't change my mind on the replay for 100%. Prefers using weapons like flamethrowers and napalm to ravage an opponent's AC. One of his favorite ploys is to lull unsuspecting pilots into believing he's made a fatal error, only to realize too late that they've been set up. I think it'll be fine. I S-ranked Eliminate Honest Brute by flying over the entire level with needle pistols and then nailing him with two fully charged tri-lasers. Yeah, those little, like, needle stun handguns are ridiculous. I used them near, like, the very end of my review playthrough for one of the builds that I did. And Jesus Christ. Those things are insane. You just do a lightweight build, you rush in with those, you spam them, and then you melee, and it's pretty free. I think I used the chainsaw with them. I think I did. It could have been the pile bunker. It was one that I had to charge. Might have even been the lance. No, I don't think it was the lance. I used the lance on something else. It definitely wasn't the lance. Never mind. Unless you want to use OPI. Oh yeah, I forgot that in this game, once I clear the campaign, OP Intensify just replaces all your optional parts. For now, they're definitely no-brainers. Especially since I went with the core that has 20 part slots. Increasing capacity is also kind of a no-brainer one, to be honest. Like, it's so good. I'm not gonna say no to bigger generator capacity. For my S rank, I went with a lightweight with dual needle launchers and a pile bunker. It was pretty easy. There's a lot of fun builds, especially fun melee-based builds in 6. I get why some people don't like the ACS system. Like, I can totally see why. But at the same time, I kind of love it. Striking good looks and phenomenal combat skill have earned her a fan base rivaling that of any arena pilot. She values their encouragement and repays them with memorable performances every time she steps into the arena. Not this time. It will be memorable, but it will be because of the Chole sweep. I think the play with ACS in like any sort of, if they bring it back for like a next mainline or a future mainline title, sorry, or expansion, DLC, whatever, I think the move in general with that system is to keep it like as it is. Like, don't reduce the amount of stun duration, don't do anything like super drastic like that. But I think like pretty much across the board, even with weapons that are like made to specialize in it, just reduce the amount of like stagger buildup on literally every damage source in the game. I feel like that's the move. I want the system to still be there, but I don't want it to be as easily abused as it is in its current state. You know what I mean? Like, even with those little like needle handguns or the stun needle launchers on the shoulders, that shit is just way too fast. Especially for like the handguns being as easy to use as they are, where it's literally just bum rush in, spam like 5 shots out of both of them, because you're gonna be dual wielding them, and you get a stagger even on like heavyweight builds. That's kind of fucked. Just reduce the stagger buildup on literally everything, because they always do rebalances with expansions and stuff, right? I would just bring like global, or maybe probably the easier way for them to do it is just raise the stagger threshold on every build. That would be way easier for them to code into the game than reducing stagger on every individual damage source. Because I'm assuming there's a baseline. I'm assuming it's not fully part dependent how they're coding in the stagger thresholds. There's probably like a baseline. Like, I don't know the numbers in AC6, but just bear with me. Say that like every part in your build, all 4 of your frame parts, just for sake of example, have like 1,000, I don't even know what the term would be. Just 1,000 points that you have to like chip away at to get the stagger. I'm assuming that there's also like 1,000 or 2,000 global points that go to every build regardless of frame parts, and then frame parts just add to it. If they just made it so that staggers had a higher threshold, I feel like it would be perfect. Anyway, with that rant out of the way. He joined the arena with a single purpose: locate the Raven who betrayed him and mete out his own brand of justice. The plan was set in motion shortly after learning that his quarry retreated to the sanctuary of the arena, complete with a new identity. I want to look up that word just to make sure I pronounced it right. I'm not familiar with this word. Dispense or allot justice.
Meat.
It is meat. Good. I was like, I don't want to sound stupid here, even though that is a word that I've just not seen. 6 endgame, though, for PvE is learning how to maximize stun abuse with a bunch of different playstyles. It's kind of true. I would love for the ACS system to stay. I think it's a lot of fun. But I do also agree with people who are saying, like, it's too much. Like, it's too abusable. I would love for them to keep the system, but just make it harder across the board to actually get a stagger. But even then, that might still be frustrating for some people. Because I know a lot of people just don't like how hard they get like bum rushed in PvP and stuff. And the fact of the matter is, with the way that that system exists, there's no way to prevent that other than just removing the system entirely. Because the core like philosophy behind the system is if you keep pressure on, you get rewarded. So you're always gonna have everyone just kind of like rushing in for close quarters battles, regardless of what you do with it. I wonder if that's why there's no proper snipers in 6. I would assume that they had to have used snipers at some point during development, like had them in there. But it's very possible that they just realized, like, no one's gonna use this shit because everyone's gonna go in to use the ACS system for kills. DT Devil Trigger. True. Real and true. He was named after the Devil Trigger. PvP isn't fun because everyone uses meta. I don't know. When I played PvP, I only played it for like an hour on stream back at release, but I was using non-meta and I was getting people who are using like lightweight, like dual Zimmerman and pile bunker type setups and just trying to rush me. And I was able to outplay them. Now, someone who's really good at the game using a meta setup, it would probably be more difficult, but because there's no like skill-based or anything being employed in AC6, I didn't find it to be too problematic. If kinetic weapons had less ACS buildup, energy weapons have slightly more and explosives the same. Maybe? I don't know. Because then the problem with that might just be, what's it called? The problem there might just be like kinetic weapons get completely thrown out the window. Because punishing a stagger with a melee is just so powerful that you don't want to give it up, right? It's one of those things where like, I can sit here and think through it in all sorts of different ways. But when you're doing like design and development, it really is just like, you have to actually make the change and see people use it like in the wild, like in playtests and stuff to really know how it will work out. You can predict player behavior a lot of the time, but you'll never be able to predict it perfectly accurately. That's why we have playtests. Short-tempered and headstrong, hostile. Oh, his name is Hostile. Hostile rushes into battle with weapons blazing in the hopes of claiming quick, decisive victories. This lack of restraint carries over to all aspects of his life, and he is usually trying to escape one predicament after another. No arms, no legs. Yeah, his build looks super weird. Looks super funky. That's not an AC, that's a ship. Double tri-lasers? I don't even know what the tri-laser is. I've played that game for like 80 hours. You guys are saying tri-laser, I don't even know what that part is. Is this some new meta that everyone started using after I stepped away from the game for a bit? Assault rifles were kind of shafted in 6. They were definitely a lot better after, like, the bullet velocity and stuff got buffed. Like, I used a dual, Ronsetsu RF setup when I recorded the review playthrough, and dude, those things slap. Those things are so underrated, it's crazy. They have some insane stagger buildup along with just good damage. If you have not done dual wield RFs on like a melee based build, or I think I actually used it with dual songbirds. I think I went for stagger with the rifles and then blasted them with grenades. I think that was what I did with that one. The Ronsetsu RF goes really hard after they buffed it. I would recommend it if you haven't tried it. If you're just looking to like try out some new stuff in 6, I would try that one, definitely. The shoulder-mounted laser gun, but it's like 3-in-1. Yeah, I don't know that one, like off of the top of my head. I can't remember that one. Utilizing his AC's mobility to great effect, he runs rings around opponents, patiently waiting for an opportunity to strike. He worries constantly about the well-being of his daughter, who ran away hoping to become a mercenary herself. My brain. I just did Abandoned Factory. Yeah, those RFs can be pretty sweet in 6. I like those a lot. Like a lot. The burst fire Ronsetsu though? Yeesh, that thing could use some more love. Especially like it unlocks in the second chapter, even though the RF is the first chapter. So I don't know what FromSoft was thinking that the burst fire is better than the single fire, because it's not even close. It's an early game weapon, so perfect chance, definitely. It is like literally, I think like once you're 2 missions in or so, you can buy it, right? Just 4 missile launchers. Oh, dude. If you dual wield like the siege launchers that Carla has, and then you do like the 10-round salvos on your shoulders, I did that a little bit. I used it in PvP a little bit, and I got some really bullshit wins with it against people using like hard meta stuff. I actually, because this was at launch, so pre like Zimmerman nerf and everything. There was one guy using like a lightweight Zimmerman rush build with the pile bunker when I played on stream a little bit. And I used like, because how many missiles is that per burst? I think the siege launchers are like 13 apiece and then 10 apiece for the shoulders. So that guy was trying to like get in close to me, but I would just hang back, like keep my distance from him and fire off bursts of 46 rockets at a time. And I beat that guy for like a full set. I think we played like 5 rounds or something. And I won like 4 of those rounds. It was ridiculous. It was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. I was a little toxic when I played the PvP on stream. I won't lie. If you missed it, you weren't there for that stream where I played AC6 PvP. It was a little toxic because I hadn't played it all. And this was the point where like, at that point in the review series, I was playing through Silent Line when 6 came out and I did that stream. So like, I wasn't even halfway through the review series. I was still pretty newbie with Ace Combat, son of a bitch. With Armored Core. I wasn't very good at it yet. And yet I was going in with like the dumbest meme setups like that. And beating guys who were using like the hard meta stuff. So I was being a little toxic because I felt like I had earned the right to be toxic. Chat thought it was hilarious. Chat, I was having a great time. Oh, reverse joint. If the grounded energy recharge mechanic and quick boost take, dude, yes. When I played with reverse joint a little bit while I was recording the review, that was the thing that annoyed the shit out of me with reverse joint, is that quick boosting like launches you off the ground. It was really annoying to get used to. I did get used to it, but it's just, I would rather not. Discontent with his impoverished upbringing, this pilot immersed himself in the criminal underworld, eventually rising to a position of wealth. He accepts missions based solely on their monetary value, and greed rules his every waking hour. Sounds like the average person. With a javelin bazooka's velocity, I can read. You can hop, shoot rockets, stun, missiles, and then whatever else is on the other hand. I feel like people saying the AC6 doesn't have enough parts. Do people still say that now, chat? Like, now that a lot of time has passed? Because it's been, what, like almost 4 months now? Is the, the game doesn't have enough parts? Is that still something that people are saying a lot? I'm genuinely curious. I feel like it probably is, because even like the AC6 review for me, that was only like 3 weeks ago? Yeah, 3 weeks ago. And I got a lot of comments on that video saying like one of the only things that I would complain about with this game is it doesn't have enough parts. I feel like the real magic with AC6's part variety comes in once you kind of start to look outside of like the standard build and you start really playing around with stuff and you realize like, even though numerically speaking, there are less parts than in say like, you know, For Answer or something, or like either of the Gen 5 games, there are less parts, but there's so much more variety and what's the word I'm looking for? Practicality with AC6's parts. Right? In the older games, they needed to have fewer and more distinct parts, so I never had that complaint. I feel like they just did such a good job with making build variety work with less parts in 6. Like, more parts, shit, I'll take more parts if they can keep that kind of, like, level of quality in the build variety while adding to it. I'll take it. I wouldn't complain about it for a second. But I feel like there's... Hear me out now. I feel like there's more build variety in AC6 than the majority of Armored Core games. In terms of not just how many different builds can I make, like numerically speaking, but how many different builds can you make that are actually good and like worth running, right? I feel like 6 has more builds that are viable than most AC games do, in my experience. Not just viable either, like that are good. Like not just, oh, I can scrape by with it, like it's actually a good build. Because they turned their brain off and let other people tell them what was the strongest instead of experimenting. I agree. I feel like if you actually play around in the system they set up, it's insane how much variety is in AC6. Like more than, I don't know if I would say, I might say more than For Answer. I didn't get to experiment as much with For Answer because it's pretty short. Come back to me after I 100% it. I'll talk about it again. But I feel like there's so much variety in like play styles in AC6 compared to older games. I don't want 10 different machine guns that fire the same and just have slightly different damage. Yeah, like I'm saying, if they can think of more creative parts to like flesh it out with, then go for it. I would love weapon arms to come back. I think weapon arms are great for like having that trade-off of firepower to ammo. I think it's a lot of fun. I would love, I don't know, orbit cores coming back. Like cores having different functions is a really cool gimmick in like Gen 3, where some cores have overboosts, some cores have orbits, some cores have hangers. I would like to see something like that come back. Start with boosters, check ideal weight. Now you have zone. Sorry, what is... zone isn't the word that he meant to say. I'm trying to think of what that word was meant to be. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. Normally it's not that hard to put together. I build from frame and weapons first, then boosters. I start with weapons, yeah. Like, I think of what I want to do with my weapons, and then everything else plays off of that. Because, like, boosters... I choose my boosters off of, like, my playstyle with my weapons, especially. Exclude. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I feel like 6 has some insane variety. Named after a legendary king who turned everything that he touched into gold, the pilot refers to her AC's close-range cannons. Oh, sorry. As the king's right hand, in this case, what they touch turns to scrap, not gold. She and Barchetta were close ones. I read the story about the king, and then I immediately was like, wait, did they just refer to this pilot as he and she in the same description? I got really confused for a second. That one pilot's girlfriend? Yep. This is her. I think 6's build variety, really the thing to emphasize is that bit that I said about, like, it's not just builds that, like, oh, I can scrape by with this build. It's like, this is a build that is actually like good. Like I can use this in PvP, PvE, whatever. Like I could take on endgame bosses with it. There's way more builds like that, I feel, than in most AC games. And even, you know, I know a lot of people are like, there's not enough like quad legs and stuff like that, because there's what, 2? But I mean, so far in 3, unless more open up, which they could, like there's 4 here, but even then, when I looked at it, it was pretty much just like, okay, what quad leg can carry the most? And I saw this one, and there was no reason, for me at least, like there wasn't a realistic reason to take any of the other quad legs over this one. And I think that when they were designing 6, they just realized that a lot of that stuff is kind of like fluff, and they just kind of cut out all the fluff. Congratulations on your performance in the arena. We hope that you'll enjoy your continued success in upcoming battles. In recognition of your achievements, we hereby present you with the OPE Lie optional part. What does that one do? A free optional part could either be really good or really shit. Moment of truth. Improves its shit. Energy shield. It's bullshit. Who uses an energy shield? Not me. Some people might. I don't. $107? I needed like 120 to get that extension, and there's nothing else I'm really trying to upgrade. The build is kind of together already. Yeah, other than once I get like Moonlight, I'll probably swap out the left arm blade with that. That's probably about it, yeah. It says OP lies. It is bullshit. OP my ass. With her icy one-eyed stare and distinct red eye patch, this AC's pilot makes quite a first impression. She never works alone when taking on mission assignments, and while not a superb pilot, her skill level can safely be rated as above average. I mean, that's all anyone can hope to be, right? As long as you're better than most people, you don't need to be the best. What's the best old gen optional part? Ooh. It's probably energy damage. I would agree. It's that and the one that like cuts the energy weapon consumption in half. Those two, just because of like Gen 1 and 2. I used the Karasawa like always in both of them, unless I was just messing around with something specific. But I would always go back to the Karasawa, right? So because the Karasawa is so goddamn good in those games, like, yeah, I would say those two. Especially together, of course. But those would be my picks. Or turn speed. Like, just increased turn speed is really good for most builds in old gen. Like, considering you're not just running like lightweight biped, faster turn speed is really damn good in these games. I guess I would maybe say turn speed just because it doesn't really matter what build it is. It's always a good part to have. Whereas like the Karasawa one is really good. Or sorry, the increased energy damage is really good because of Karasawa, right? But like, it's kind of just assuming you're using Karasawa, it's the best. Whereas I would say like turn speed is kind of the best just all around, right? Give me this extension that tops up my energy. Oh wait, that's not the one. Is that a free one that I was given somewhere? Here we go. That is the one. Makes every build better. That's what I'm saying. Because it makes every build better, like even if you're doing a lightweight biped, you don't need it, but it still makes it better. It's one of those optionals that I almost never skip. The one that makes your lockbox bigger in 3 is also really good, but I don't know if I would say it's as good as turn speed. Decked out in a full complement of missile launchers, this AC was built specifically for long-range combat. The pilot hates close contact and prefers to strike from a distance. Most consider him a coward, and he is known to have a heavy trigger finger. All right, then. Tropical forest for you. Increase lockbox in Last Raven. That's also true. I used it always in Last Raven. I'm surprised at the fact that the machine guns genuinely feel like the best weapons in Gen 3. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Did anyone see me use the, I got destroyed by missiles that match, but I was kind of focused in on like spamming the orbits and then using the extension to top up the energy instead of putting the orbit away. It worked like a dream. I just clicked the other thumbstick instead, and yeah, I didn't need to put it away. What a beautiful extension for this setup. Ow, I'm getting nailed by missiles again. Jesus Christ. Okay, if I fly a little more. I just need to dodge those missiles. Those missiles hit like for so much. I wasn't even looking at the damage, but it's a lot. Jesus. I can't really see because of the trees. This might not be the map for this guy. Shit, that one was close, actually. That one was not bad. Oh, I said cancel on accident. All right, this is the first arena pilot, to kill me in the first place. This is the first guy to get a win on me. And he's gotten 3 in a row. I love his emblem. I can beat him on the forest. It's doable. It's stupid. But because I got him down to less than 1,000, I know that I can do it because I was doing a poor job dodging missiles there still. This is more than doable on this map. It's a bad map for it, but it'll only make it feel that much better when I actually pull it off. Oh no. No, I burned all my energy. The orbit is a terrible idea. I should not be using orbit. It's better to stay alive than to kill him faster. Those missiles cook. They do so much damage. He's got the missile set up like what I was using in AC2. He's just throwing it back at me. Jesus. And they shoot out from that low angle. Oh my god, okay. I'm changing the map. I'm not gonna sit here and bash my head against this wall. It's stupid. He has a dumb build that in a map with no cover just destroys me. Any other map, this build would not be a problem. I just happened to choose the one bad map. Oh, maybe not the one. Like any map that's like the arena, just maps with no cover. Reservoir, Wasteland, yeah, those are probably all bad. Bum Rush? He has better damage than I do. He has much higher DPS with those missiles. And his AI tries to like hang back. It tries to get away from you. Oh, I guess if I'm right up against him, they don't hurt as bad. Maybe it is Bum Rush. Oh my god. Oh. Ow. Oh, that works. I'll take it. I'll take it. Works for me. A win is a win. I've got 2 more C ranks. Am I even using the energy extension? It doesn't fully refill it. I am using it. A young pilot, often referred to as Arena's Breeze? Arena's Breeze. His most cherished possession is a white gold belt buckle that belonged to his father, also a raven. His close-in combat style emulates his father's, and he is well liked by the older spectators. He has not 2 blades. What? He has a parry blade on his right and a grenade launcher on his left. The ranking verdict for 100%. You mean when it comes to S ranking the missions? On this game, because there's a 100% like tracker, and I'm not making my own criteria for it because the criteria is like set out, I'm only gonna do it if it's a requirement. But yeah, it's not like DMC. I'm doing all S ranks because there is no in-game 100%. So I'm just kind of like, some of the games like require it for achievements. So I guess I'll do it since there's no other like laid out criteria for me, and I'm just making my own for it. But yeah, for these, unless the game itself is like, yeah, you need to do this for 100%, then I don't think I will. Nicknamed the Sorcerer, he has an unsettling habit of disappearing into thin air after combat. He prefers to launch attacks while airborne, and though his AC may look delicate, opponents underestimate it at their own peril. Is that they underestimate the defense or just the build in general? Because that's an important distinction for me to be able to make here. That would be helpful information. 6, I might do it. It's one of those, with 6, I'll see when I get there. Because the thing with 6 is that it doesn't have like an in-game percent tracker. Like some of the AC games, I do have to make my own criteria. But then 6, I believe, does require it for an achievement. So it's like if I wanted to do like all achievements as my criteria, then I guess I would have to do it for 6. Depends how I feel when I get there with 6. But I kind of know that I get really addicted to playing that game, so I might be willing to do it, even though it probably will lead to just less fun playstyles to do the S ranks, from what I've heard about it at least. I assume I won't have as much fun going for S ranks, but I might do it. I don't know. AC 5 is just gonna be do all the missions and side missions, or order missions they're called in that game. Sorry. Getting gold on training mode in 9-breaker. It probably is considered 100%. I'm not thinking about it right now. I'm not thinking about that. by just being fast and destructive as possible. Can't S if you use a checkpoint though. Oh, really? Yeah, I'll see when I get there with 6. Verdict Day, I'll probably also just do like main campaign and side missions for the criteria for that game. Because that's also like a fairly sizable runtime. Like it's satisfactory for a game that's not fully playable, as in like its original state isn't fully playable nowadays, at least unless you live in Japan. The game has S ranks. The game has a hardcore mode. I don't even have to think about Verdict Day right now. I'm so far out from that game as well. I'm not worried about it. Anyway, there's 3 minutes left of stream time, and I just cleared out the whole C rank arena. It's not quite enough time for a mission, so I'm just gonna call it here, because I'm also kind of itching to get back to video work. I feel very good about this next video, the one after Ace Combat 2. I'm also really hyped up on the AC2 video, which is tomorrow morning, by the way. For the Ace Combat series watchers, that's tomorrow, is Ace Combat 2. So, normal time tomorrow. If you have notifications on, you get it anyway. You don't even have to know yourself. But, just as a heads up for people here right now, it is tomorrow. But the video after that I've started working on as of yesterday, I already very much want to share thoughts. I have strong thoughts already that I have to hold in for a week, and that's a pain in the ass a lot of the time for me, but I want to share them so badly, so I'm gonna go back to that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy it and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all DMC S ranks as like my 100% for that. We're doing Ace Combat, every Ace Combat game on max difficulty. We've been doing that. Just a lot of challenge runs for various games. Feel free to come back for any of it. They're all a pain in their own special way. The Armored Core ones are probably the most chill. Weirdly, I thought these games were so hard when I played them the first time, but now out of the 3 challenge runs I'm doing, they're the easiest of them. Anyway, also if you enjoyed, feel free to go ahead and leave a like on stream. Helps out a lot with algorithm and stuff, so I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube to engage with the community, feel free to check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server, TikTok, anything like that. It's all down there. The Patreon's also down there. That's more for video stuff, but it all goes to the same place in terms of supporting the channel. So if you go there, you can find like the reward tiers are listed pretty clearly. You can get things like early video access, behind the scenes updates on like how videos are going, that sort of thing, if that interests you. Other than that though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll help you always back here next time. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.